And we are live. Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to BWTM Sports. We have with us again another exclusive, a world exclusive with Hall of Fame trainer, Stacey McKinley. Stacey, welcome back to BWTM Sports. How are you?
Doing just fine, and thanks for having me.
Stacey, for those people who don't know who you are, or for some reason may have forgotten who you are, or I'm not up to speed with boxing, let us tell people who you are and what you're about.
Well, I've been training professional fighters for about 30 years. I trained over 30 world champions. I trained 6 heavyweight champions, Tony Tucker, Mike Tyson, and a few other good fighters, notable fighters, Ricardo Mayorga, Michael Nunn. We go on and on. But right now, I'm working with #1 contender, heavyweight Trevor Bryant, the interim WBA champion, and quite a few other fighters.
Okay, can you talk to us about the progress with the fight between Trevor Bryant and Manuel Shaw? That's very quiet at the moment.
Well, the fight right now, they're still looking for a site. It's my understanding that Shaw people are saying that they got a site and a date, basically, in Bulgaria. Don King is talking about Saudi Arabia and Africa because, you know, he did that big show, The Rumble in the Jungle, so he I think it's the 44th anniversary of that fight with Muhammad Ali and George Foreman. So he's talking about going there. So they got 3 or 4 different places they're trying to take the fight. So we're just still training and stand ready so they give us the final date. And I think it'll be November, maybe October, November.
Well, the date shifted. First July, now September. Now we're talking November.
I know it's frustrating, but this is the way professional boxing is. And I think that Don King is basically going for the site who's paying the most. And right now, I think that Africa and Saudi Arabia is the front runner.
Okay, so if it's Africa, what would be the connection? Because would it be from the Trevor Bryant side of things? Because it surely wouldn't be from Manuel Shaw side of things.
I don't know. I know that Don has a connection because we fought. Now somebody said something about. I thought maybe it was going to be in Nigeria, but somebody said something about the Congo. They was talking about going to the Congo with the fight. So I don't know what the connection would be and why we're going to the Congo. Maybe because of the government wanted that because Don is dealing with governments. When you do those fights out of the country like that, it's government funded. So maybe that's where he found the money.
Well, I was thinking to myself, the logical fight that should have been in Africa was Wilder versus Joshua.
Well, I think that would have been big in Nigeria.
Yes.
Because they was talking about the fact that Joshua's family is from Nigeria.
Yes.
So it would have been a major fight. Now, I don't know if the funding was there. I heard that Joshua was saying that he wanted to fight in Nigeria, but I don't know if the funding is there because of the economy should be great, but I don't know. I don't know for sure. In the town I had Senator People, there was a lot of money there to be worked with, but I don't know how they, I don't know if the money was there or not, but from what I understand, though, Ada Hearns found the money in Saudi Arabia, Riyadh.
So let's talk about this. Saudi Arabia. Why Saudi Arabia, and who does it benefit more? You would think it would be Andy Ruiz because of the heat and everything, but who does it actually suit?
Well, Ruiz was talking about he wanted to fight on neutral grounds. He didn't want to fight in the UK. And I thought that Wimbledon Stadium would be the perfect place for that fight. But he said he didn't want to fight there. So I think they found upwards of $40 million in Saudi Arabia. So this is where they're going to take it. But the way it looked right now, this is where it's going.
I want to spool back a bit because there's some things we spoke about the last time that have now come to light. We spoke about, remember we talked about Dillian Whyte before he fought Oscar Rivas? What's been your take of it in America? And what have you heard about Oscar Rivas and Dillian Whyte, the B sample? What's been your take of it? What have you heard on the grapevine?
Well, I don't, there's a lot of talk going on, a lot of talk about Dana White, there's a lot of talk about all these heavyweights and these drugs and all these things that's going on. So quite naturally, I begin to believe with Donald Trump and say something about fake news. So basically, I begin not to believe too much of this stuff until it actually happens,
Right.
There's a lot of fake news going on about everything right now. So I it's hard to determine what's real and what's not real.
So you're saying you're hearing a lot of fake news. Why do you think there's a lot more fake news? Do you think it's because promoters are now aligning themselves with more media outlets now with this new media, or what?
I think the social media plays a great part. That anybody can say anything and they'll post it. A lot of this stuff is not true. And it's very easy. It's very easy. A lot of fighters now promote themselves because of social media. But we didn't know anything about fake media basically until Donald Trump started talking about fake media. So we started paying close attention to it. And a lot of times they put pictures out there and they put quotes that's not true. Even in boxing, there's a lot of things that's not true. So I think in most sports. So it's very hard to determine what's fact and what's not fact.
Okay. So from what's been going on with Joshua, what are your thoughts? Have your thoughts changed on your mindset changed about Joshua in this rematch against Andy Ruiz?
No, it's two things going on here. I listened to Andy Ruiz. He started changing this conversation. He started talking about the fact that he's going to lose weight. He want to trim down. He want to get his body looking good. He doesn't want to be as big as he was in the first fight. I think that he's basically he's trying to make all of these changes. I don't think he should make those changes. I think he should be the same Andy Ruiz that came into the first fight. I think all these changes he's talking about is psychological. And I knew the first fight psychologically he was strong. So I don't think he should be concentrating on losing more weight, looking better, better fatigue and all that. I think he should be Andy Ruiz and come on back in the way that he is. Joshua, I begin to see holes in his conversation. He's talking about he got to make sure he get his passion back. I think a lot of that comes from hearing what Mike Tyson had to say. And if anybody know about passion and different things that gets in the way, Mike Tyson knows. Psychologically, he's talking about he got to be mentally ready. I don't think that he's psychologically ready. I don't think he's physically and technically ready.
I've said this to so many fight fans, but they don't want to really hear this. When I say to them, you can't just switch off passion. You either have it or you don't. And, it's going to take you time to recover from that knockout defeat. Fight fans don't want to hear that. They just think that Joshua wasn't at the races. It wasn't the real Joshua. The fight was fixed. And this time he's just going to walk in there and he'll blast Ruiz away. What are your thoughts about all of that?
Yeah, you're right. The fight, I think get a little disconnection right there.
Pardon?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. I think that the fight fans, you have to understand, everybody's in love with Joshua. Everybody's in love with Joshua. Joshua was the king of boxing. Joshua was the man. He was in the class all to himself. And a lot of time when a person like that gets defeated, then there's a lot of controversy. Now the same thing happened with Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. When Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali fought, a lot of people saying, well, the fight was fixed. Ali won the fight. It was obvious that he didn't win the fight. But people didn't want to believe it because they loved him so. But Ali fought his way back. So the same thing with Joshua. He has to fight his way back. Take some time off, just like Ali did. Take some time off, come back, and he'll be right back there again. But he's not doing it. He's jumping right into the fire. So a lot of people are trying to say, well, it was just a fluke. But it wasn't a fluke. It was a real fight. It was real. What they saw was real. So, but the fans they're not going to believe it. But if he gets beat the second time, then they're going to believe it then. And he very well might get beat anyway.
From an experienced trainer standpoint, which is one of the things we love to have on BWTM, experienced trainers, people that know what they're talking about, people who are in the gym doing the work, not just sitting behind a microphone talking. Talk to us about the dynamics, what you'd want to have seen of Joshua before he went into this rematch with Andy Ruiz.
Well, the thing I see between the two fighters is this. Technically, Andy Ruiz is a better fighter than Joshua. He's technically a better fighter all the way around. He's not as strong as Joshua, and he doesn't hit as hard as Joshua. But he's a better fighter. He sees opening. He understands the skill part of boxing. And he said himself, that Joshua make a lot of mistakes, which he does. He make a lot of amateur mistakes. And you make those kind of mistakes against really good fighters, it's gonna be a long night, especially with a guy that Andy Ruiz is really busy. He throws a lot of punches. Punches come from different angles. He has a decent jab. He throws a lot of short left hook, wide left hooks, overhand rights, everything it takes to beat a big fighter. And Joshua has put himself right in position to be beat because he gives away his height. And he got bad defense. If you remember a while back, Floyd Mayweather asked him to come to his gym so he can work on his defense. That's long before this fight ever happened. So his defense is very bad. And his confidence is shook right now. I heard him say something about he got to reach out to George Foreman because George Foreman reached out to him and tried to give him some good advice. So he want to hear what George Foreman has to say, and that he want to be around. He want to be around experienced fight people that know the game. And what he's basically saying is he realized that his corner and his people don't have the experience. They don't have the experience that it takes to go to that next level. And he's saying that, he's understanding that. This is why he's saying the things that he's saying about being around experienced people in boxing and trainers.
The thing is, but why George Foreman? There's places people like yourself and James Ali Bashir, experienced trainers who know how to train heavyweights, who've proven how to produce heavyweight champions or work around heavyweight champions. Why would Joshua want to go with a celebrity trainer or somebody who doesn't train heavyweights? It doesn't make sense to me. The amount of money that guy's making, you'd want the very best, wouldn't you?
That's right, absolutely. A lot of times, I can understand his loyalty to McCracken. I understand that. But if McCracken has the same loyalty that Joshua has for him, then he should be the one to step up and initiate the fact that, look, maybe we need some help. We need to get us somebody with some experience. That's what I would do. I would say, look, I need to bring another trainer in here to help me out with this situation. And another thing you got to understand, a lot of his problem is psychological now. A lot of his problem is psychological. It wouldn't hurt for Joshua to start dealing with that hypnotist. I use hypnotists with Mike Tyson. Sugar Ray Leonard used hypnotists. Sugar Ray Robinson, Muhammad Ali. He needs this type of psychological healing. He needs all of that. I don't know if his people understand it, if they ever thought of using a hypnotist. But they need it. That's what he needs because it's all psychological. And along with his technical skill. He can get his technical skill right and then shoot. But if he's mentally not there, it's going to be the same situation.
So I think we spoke about this before. Joshua enlisting a sports psychologist to help him not get knocked out because he was scared of getting knocked out before the fight. That was a red flag for me. Why would a fighter enlist the help of someone to reinforce or to deal with that negativity that way instead of getting focused for the fight?
Well, a lot of times, what we used to do with Mike, the hypnotists come in 2 weeks before the fight. And basically what they do is they instruct the fighter to get all negative thoughts, the negative vibes out of their mind, to concentrate solely on boxing out. Myself, I don't think I can be hypnotized. I don't think I'm not the right candidate for being hypnotized. Now, a lot of people can be hypnotized, and I've seen hypnotists work. So now another thing you got to understand is this. Personally, I don't know if the hypnotists work or not. But psychologically, if the fighter thinks that he's getting help, that's all that counts. You know, that's all that counts. I'll give you an example. I had a fighter that was an alcoholic. He was an alcoholic fighter. And in between rounds, he would stop fighting. Like the fighter 10 rounds, he would stop fighting in the 6th round. He just cut off. So at the time, I could use cognac and water, and let him drink a little of that. And within that minute rest, he'd been to the bar and back, and he's ready to fight again. So it's all mental. A lot of this basically is mental. So you got to get his mind right as well as his technical skills. But the two has to work together. So he said himself, he's got to get his passion back for the game.
So working with the baddest man on the planet, Mike Tyson, he used a hypnotist too. Can you give us an example of one fight he used a hypnotist?
He used a hypnotist when he first came back against Peter McNeely. He used a hypnotist he used a hypnotist before then. But when he came back from incarceration, he used a hypnotist for Peter McNeely a couple of fights after that. He used him. Then when he stopped using hypnotist, I can see a change in his attitude. And basically that was because the people around him got relaxed. They got relaxed and they didn't push the fact that, hey, look, let's continue to do what we've been doing. So they got relaxed around him. So You got to stay on top of the game. This is one business you have to stay on top because a split second can change everything, especially in the heavyweight division.
I know. I remember they're talking about Steve Collins and Chris Eubank said when you get hypnotized, then you don't react to punches the same way. And that means you'll take more punishment. Is that true or is that false?
Well, I don't know. It all depends on the individual and what they think. Like I say, and what they think. Now, I give an example. I give an example of a fighter that abuses his body with drugs. I had fighters that was on drugs and this type of thing, and what I would do is, I know they get on a drug bench, they come back, I would take a jug of water, I put ice in it, and I put lemon in it and shake it up, and they let him get a shower and pour it over his head, and he would swear that all the demons that left his body is from his drug, and he's healed. There's all, like I say, it's all psychological, and these are old school tricks to trick the mind. You can trick the mind. These are old tricks you use to trick the mind into putting it in a position where you want it to be. But all this stuff is old school, and I try to keep it implemented in my fighters. But most of the trainers that know about all these different tricks, you know, they pass, they gone. So all that art of boxing is basically dead. But there's a lot of things you have to do to trick the mind. So you can trick the mind, but there's different things you have to do to trick it.
Of course.
So
if your mind believes if your mind believes a lie, you're halfway there.
That's right. If your mind, even Muhammad Ali said, if a guy is in his mind and he comes to fight that night, you're gonna be in a hell of a fight. I don't care if he's got skills or not. You're gonna be in one hell of a fight. You take guys like Henry Armstrong.
Yes.
They wasn't the most skillful fighters. Jake LaMotta, Rocky Marciano. They wasn't the most skillful fighters. But then Joe Frazier. But in their mind is, hey, and Evander Holyfield said it best. He said, in my mind, I would say, you might kill me, but I'm gonna kill you first. And he meant that. You know, and he meant that. So these guys got really, really strong minds. And the fighters, 80% of the fighters today, they're not gonna fight like that. Their minds are not that strong. Okay. They're not strong like the old guys. So they're all in their mind.
Another thing I'd like to talk to you about as well is the body, the weight of Anthony Joshua. People are saying he's too. There was an article that came out recently that Joshua doesn't look so bulky now. He looks more like a boxer because he's lost the weight and he's lost the muscle. Does that make him more vulnerable if he loses that weight, lose all that muscle?
Well, I don't think it makes him more vulnerable. What I think is, he's listening to what a lot of people is telling him. He's telling him, you need to lose this weight. You need to lose more muscle tone because this is why you're getting exhausted. This is why your stamina is bad. So, and all of these different things is coming to him, and he's trying all this stuff. It only tells me one thing, that you're mentally confused.
Yes.
That's what it tells me. You're mentally confused. I watched the diagram he had, some tape or something had on the boxing ring, with teaching him footwork. I don't know what kind of fighting he's fighting. Crossing those lines and the things that he was doing, that wasn't in the footwork. That was all full job. That was somebody doing something to make a few dollars and make the fighter think that you're really doing something. That's not basic fundamental. That's not footwork. That's not basic fundamental. So it's all psychological, and he's hearing all this stuff, and he's trying these different things, but all he has to do is go back to the basic. Go back to the basic fundamentals of boxing. That's all he has to do.
Because he's listening.
All this other stuff, work himself out.
I know, because he's listening to opinions of people that don't know what they're talking about. He should be around an experienced trainer. He needs an old head around him now that can actually say to him, look, son, this is what's necessary. He needs an old head. He needs an old head. Somebody's been there, like yourself, or then Emmanuel Stewart, or a James Adam Bashir, somebody old, or Eddie Futch. You know, somebody's been there, seen it, done it, and knows the game inside out to say, son, come here. This is what we need to be doing. But it's too many heads around who all think they're trainers now. That's the problem.
Yeah, they all think they're trainers. Now you mentioned when you mentioned Eddie Futch, you mentioned Emmanuel Stewart.
Yes.
They all came from that same era.
That's what I'm saying.
The Detroit boxing program. And if you look at what Emmanuel Stewart took and did with Vladimir Klitschko was down and out. Look what he did with Vladimir Klitschko, look what he did with Lennox Lewis. We got the skills and the techniques and the basic fundamentals to bring this fighter where he should be. But there's other people involved that's telling, well, no, you shouldn't deal with those guys. You know, they really don't know. But I can sit down with him for 1 hour and tell him more about heavyweight boxing than anybody that's talked in the last 20 years. And he wouldn't even know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but
then,
go ahead.
But then what you have to do is you have to show him and say, listen, this is what you do and this is how you do it. This is what you need to do. You have to show him how to do it. Then you go and say, look at Joe Louis, show some film. Look what Joe Louis did. Look what Ali did. Look the way this guy did. Look what Kenny Norton did. Look what how Rocky Mazan. You got to show him all of these different things so you have a better understanding. Not just tell him some stuff about, you know, this is good strength training, losing your muscle tone, and putting all these machines on your muscles and sin. That's all bullshit. This stuff is basic. It's basic fundamental. Like they say, but they don't know the fundamentals. So how can you teach something you don't know?
But
you know?
Yeah, the thing is, when it all goes wrong, they go missing. These people, when it all goes wrong, they go missing. You don't see them. Don't see them for dust.
Yep. And it's a shame. It's a shame. I don't really hurt behind that fight. I mean, I like Andy Ruiz. I tried to bring him down. I knew he was a good fighter. But I was really felt bad and hurt behind that fight. I kind of felt bad for him, too, because he has to count on the people around him. He has to count on the people around him to tell him what's right and what's wrong, what to do and what's not to do. I mean, actually, it was a fight that he should have never been in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, basically, he should have never been in that fight.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the overall, I mean, why do you take a fight like that? Because he's a little fat boy. You check out his history. How can you get psychologically ready for a guy like this in 3 weeks? You got to get mentally ready for a fighter. You got to get mentally ready to fight George Foreman. That's a different type of fight. You got to get mentally ready to fight Kenny Norton, Ali. It's a different type of mental awareness you got to have. You just can't jump in there on a fight. You're getting ready to fight a different type of fighter. Now you jump in a kid like this. You're not psychologically prepared for that fight. You know, that's the way it is. So you have to look at all of these different aspects.
Did you
look at the fact he's a $100 million fighter? Don't take a chance like that.
Exactly. Did you hear what he said about the referee? He blamed the referee for why the fight was stopped.
The referee tried to save their life. I mean, the referee did a fantastic job. Believe me, that referee did not want to stop that fight. That kid got knocked down 4 times, and he was getting hit with clean shots. So you're in round 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You got 5 more rounds to go. Okay, what you want him to do? You want to go out flat on your back? You want to get hurt? You want the referee to do his job and use his discretion so he can fight another day. So that's what he did. The referee did a fantastic job because he couldn't win. Every time he look around, he get up off the floor, he getting hit with clean shots. So the referee did a fantastic job. But you got to say something. The fighter gonna say, "Well, I could have continued. You probably could have continued for the next 4 or 5 shots that went upside of your head. You out, man. You out cold. You know. So you got to. If you go back in history, when Julio Cesar Chavez fought Medgar Taylor, everybody, Richard Steele was the referee. He stopped the fight. I think it was about 30 seconds before the end of the round, and everybody knows that Medgar Taylor had won the fight.
Yep. 2 seconds from the end. Yep, that's the one.
Yeah. So, but the deal was this: the referee didn't know how many minutes, how much time was left on the clock. The thing that he was looking at is what me and the great trainer out of the track, Bill Miller, were watching the fight together. And I'm telling Bill Miller, I said, listen, Medgar Taylor's out front, and they're going in the 5th round. I said, he's beating this kid. And the old veteran trainer pointed out to me, he said, Stacey, he said, you see that short right hand that Chavez keep hitting him with, right? I said, yeah. He said, sooner or later, it's going to take his toe. It's going to catch up with him. So right at the end, the punches caught up with him. The punches caught up with Medgar Taylor, and he was hurt real bad. And Richard Steele saw it, so he stopped the fight. But people got mad because it was so close to the end, and the kid could have won the fight as it went to distance. But the referee didn't know that. He got to save a life.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. You know, the referee uses discretion. You know, the guy got knocked down 4 times. The referee saw he didn't have anything. And you go back to the corner and ask the guy, what should I do next? Corner, what should I do next? How come I don't feel right? That tells you right there the referee did his job. Did a fantastic job. Because you're asking these questions when you go back to your corner, that means, hey, you psychologically, you ain't ready. You physically, you're not ready. So why would you ask a question? What is he gonna do next? What should I do next? What is he gonna do?
According to what he says, his account, he was in control of the fight and he had no real motivation for the fight for Andy Ruiz. He said 9 times out of 10 he beats Andy Ruiz, you know, but he was more caught up in what Wilder's knockout and Wilder versus Tyson Fury and this, that, the devil knows what. He said he was in control of the fight. Round 1, he said he was boxing smoothly. Round 2, he's boxing smoothly. Landed a great shot in the 3rd round. It didn't look like it to me, but who am I?
Well, he was boxing the first 2 or 3 rounds. Sure he was. But when he got hit, you know, like Mike Tyson said, you know, everybody got a fight plan if they get hit in the mouth. Once you get hit in the mouth, everything changes. So that's what changed. Once he got hit with those solid shots by Ruiz, and let me tell you what really made him start thinking is when he dropped Andy Ruiz and he got up. When he got up and fought back, there's a whole different ball game. I done hit him with my best shot. This guy done got up off the floor. He's supposed to be, the fat man's supposed to be gone. But he's not going any place. You got to research this guy. You know all the way through the amateur that this kid got a good chin. He can take a shot, you know. And I heard Gerald Miller say, well, if I had been in that fight, I did the same thing that Andy Ruiz did. So people look at me and say, well, Stacey, you think that Gerald Miller, he could have beat him too? I said,
that's what I thought.
One thing you don't understand. Okay, I'm not saying Gerald Miller couldn't have beat him, but because Gerald Miller had absorbed that punch and got up off that floor. That's what the determination is. This boy got up because Gerald had gotten up. If Gerald could have got up, he could have beat him. But Gerald couldn't take the kind of shot that Ruiz did. He wouldn't have beat him. So you got to judge it by Ruiz's chin. His chin was strong. His chin represented. Muhammad Ali won a lot of fights because of his strong chin. A lot of fights because he could take absorb a hell of a shot. So if this boy Ruiz can absorb a hell of a shot, he showed you. He got up off the floor and he went to work and he won. And I'm gonna tell you like it is. If they don't make some changes, which I don't think they can, the same thing is gonna happen. It might be in a different round, but the same thing is gonna happen. Everybody says the same thing.
The second, I noticed, I'll rewatch the fight today, and I noticed before Joshua got knocked down the 4th time, Ruiz was working Joshua's body. He was whacking in body shots, really whack on the body shots, and you could see Joshua in pain before he went over again. Real bad body shots.
He can't take the body shots because he's too muscular downstairs, you know. Like I say, I know fighters, even Roberto Duran just keep a tie around his waist when he boxed. And so that was cushion. You got to have some to cushion those punches. But this boy here got solid muscle all the way through. So what happened to him, his muscle's so big, it makes it, he get exhausted real quick from those body shots. And some fighters can't take body shot. You know, it's just like the kid that
Thurman
just fought.
Thurman.
Okay. Yeah. See, he can't take it to the body. He couldn't take it to the body. That guy who came in the body was a whole different ball game. But it stayed in the body, he just knocked him out.
Yeah.
So some guys can take body shots, and some guys they hate them. They can't take them. You know, Joshua got a problem with going to the body. I went to Trevor Bryan. Go to the body on him. Go to the body. Now, I ain't saying if Trevor Bryan could absorb the same shot that Ruiz absorbed, which I don't know if he could have or not. But if he could have, he'd have knocked Joshua out too. But yet still, we don't know because we don't know if he can take that type of shot.
Now,
Ruiz proved that I got a good chin.
In your experience, in knowing fighters and the smell of fighters and how they move, do you think that are we looking at Andy Ruiz, Buster Douglas, or are we looking at Andy Ruiz, a heavyweight champion that's going to maintain the titles?
Well, Buster Douglas, like I say, Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson. There was a lot going on with Mike Tyson at the time. He didn't want to fight. He had told Don King that he didn't want to fight. He left and came back to California, and he was threatened about they're going to take everything and sue him, so he went back and he fought. But the thing is, like I say, let's get back to the psychological part of that fight. Okay? We're talking about mental strength. Buster Douglas has never been a really strong fighter mentally. But technically, excuse me, He's always been a good fighter technically, but mentally he didn't have the strength. But that being said, when his mother passed away, and he wanted to cancel the fight and come back home and go to the funeral and everything, they told him, said, look, your mother would have wanted you to stay here and fight. You know, so he said himself, he said, I'm going to dedicate this fight to my mother. I'm going to win this fight. I'm going to dedicate this fight to my mother. That's what I'm talking about, mental strength. All at once, he dug down inside and came up with that mental strength, and he won that fight.
Wow.
Because he wasn't going to be denied. He said, I'm winning for my mother. My mother had passed away, and I can't go to the funeral. It's the same thing with Howard Davis when he was in the Olympics. They wanted him to come to his mother's funeral. They told him to stay. He said, I'm going to win this gold medal. And he won it. And he dedicated the fight to his mother, the same thing that Buster Douglas did. So they go from a mental state, one state, to a high state, and they're hard to beat. I just told you about mental strength. I had one of the best coaches in the world. Was a guy by the name of Luther Burgess. Luther Burgess trained a lot of great fighters. He trained Emmanuel Stewart and all of them. And everybody was afraid of him because he wasn't what we call a left hook right hand man, which means his technical skills. He didn't teach all these different moves and all these different angles and all that. He didn't teach that. The only thing he taught was, he said, all you need is a jab, a left hook, and a right hand. He said, Stacey, it's all in the mind. He says, all in the mind. That's what he taught, mental strength. And he trained a lot of world champions to ask him all the time, how is it your fighters are winning against these guys? There's a lot of better fighters than your guys. You got Class B fighters, but you're beating Class A fighters. He said, it's all in the mind. It's in your head. So I learned a lot from him, from that. Also, another trainer, Andy Ruiz.
Yes.
For his mental strength. He didn't have all the technical skills. Get him in shape, show him 3 or 4 things, and let him go. The same thing I got with Trevor Bryan. Trevor Bryan asked me sometimes, how come you don't show me how to do this and show me that? Because it ain't going to do you no good. You're wasting time learning this because you're not going to be able to use it. So I teach you 15 or 12, teach you 15 good offensive moves, 15 good defensive moves, and get you in tip-top condition. You keep working on that, and you perfect those, you can be a champion. Ain't no point you trying to learn all this other stuff because it's not going to benefit you. So you have to know that you have to train the fight the way God made it. And that's it. And that's the way we do it, and that's why I've been doing it, and it works. And Joshua the same way. All these big old pretty muscles and stuff. This is not a beauty contest, and it's not a modeling contest. So because you got big muscles, I mean, you look at Jumbo Cummins. Jumbo Cummins, the one who fought Joe Frazier. Look at how big he was, muscle everywhere. Got tired. Came out of prison though, you know. But anyway, so it's a lot to this. You have to study it. You have to sit down. You have to dissect this fighter. You have to break him down mentally. You have to listen to what he's saying. And the thing about it is, these fighters nowadays, they give you every psychological advantage they got. They give it away because they get on the internet. They tell you everything about themselves, what they eat, what they're doing, how they're sleeping, how they're thinking. There's a time you can get that information, except from sparring partners, because they go from camp to camp. But now, they tell on themselves. I tell my fighters, stay off the internet, talking about what you're doing, how many rounds you boxing, my exercise program and all that condition. You see none of that. You shouldn't have been telling a person what to do. A smart trainer can see that and capitalize on it. So yeah. Every time these guys do something, Josh and them do something, he put in this big old piece of iron here, right on the internet. Everything on the internet.
Everything you're saying, you're repeating what I've said to people on the show. So it's like you're just regurgitating what I've been saying about Joshua putting all these posts out there all the time. Needs to be off social media. I said if it's a smart thing for him to do is when he was in Nigeria to get a world-class trainer out there with him and get some good sparring out there and turn off all the lights and go and train in Nigeria away from the public. That's what I would do.
Yeah, you know, one of the worst. I'm gonna tell you something he was doing, and he posted, and I took a look at it, and I said, you know, Trevor, this is how we're gonna knock him out. I watched him do pad work, and I watched what he was doing with the pads, and I knew that he was making a big mistake because when he throws his left hook, he put his right hand back behind his head, which means he leaves himself open for a counter left hook, and that's one of the first shots that boy hit him with. And I told him, I said, now, I wouldn't know this if he wasn't posting it. but he posted online. He tells everything that he's doing. And so the trainer, he's looking good. Even when my fighters be tuning up, they come to their press day. Okay, the press is coming out today for the open workout. There's one thing we don't do, and I tell my guys, when I do this pad work with you, just throw straight punches, 1 or 2 left hooks, straight punches, and that's it. Don't go through all your combinations and your moves and stuff like that.
Exactly.
You told them too much. You know, but the trainers want to do it because they want to look like they shine. They throwing all kind of pads, telling me everything, but they think they're looking good themselves. You know, they put it all on social media. I say exactly what they be doing. I said, look, they're exposing everything they got.
I said this last night or the night before. I said, why are you posting stuff out on social media? I mean, I said that the video he did, the interview he did, Joshua's Ruiz's team will sit back and listen to that and listen to what he's saying, and they'll pick him apart psychologically and say, this guy's weak. This guy's psychologically weak. I mean, I'm seeing them watching it, and I'm not fighting Joshua.
Yep. You sitting there, you can pick it out everything. Mike Tyson said it best. Mike Tyson said it. He said, look, he got to get himself together. He got to figure out, do I have enough money? Am I tired of this? Do I have enough money so I have to fight anymore? Do I have the compassion? Do I want to get hit again? He said, all these things go through your mind. And you got to come to grips with all this stuff. He said, that's what this kid need to do. He got to sit down and take some time off and think, do I really want to do this again? Am I doing it because if people want me to do it, I do. I said, do I want to do it? It's all in the mind. And Mike Tyson knows. Believe me. He knows. He said, that's what he need to do. And then Joshua come out and said, I got to figure out if I still got the passion. Well, if you ain't got the passion for it, you ain't going to do no fight.
Exactly.
You know, and I'm going to tell you something else. I don't like saying this, but it's very true. I get a lot of people coming to me saying, Stacey, I got this fighter. Oh, yeah? Yeah, I got this fighter, man, and he's a really good fighter. He's a smart fighter. I said, yeah? He's a very, very smart fighter. In fact, he's working on his master's degree. He's working on his master's degree, and then he's going to get his doctorate degree. Okay, because he's very educated. He's very smart. Okay, now
he's got a passion.
Types of smart. Now, what you telling me is
he ain't got no passion.
Guy's book smart. Yeah, this guy's book smart.
Exactly. He ain't this smart.
But is he fight smart? That's two different smartness. Now, 9 times out of 10, you would say, well, it's going to take $100,000 to get him to number 2 and number 3 in the world, and he's very smart, so he won't be going through a whole lot of changes. Okay, now you say, would you put the $100,000 up, Stacey? No, I would not do it.
Hell no, because his heart.
I'm gonna put the $100,000 up. They're gonna say, well then, Stacey, why would you not put the $100,000? Because I'm gonna tell you, you got to understand one thing: boxing is a poor man's sport. Okay,
it is.
He's a poor man. This is not a rich man's sport. Man, you can get rich, but this is not a rich man's sport. When you start out, it's a poor man's sport. You come from broken dreams, broken promises, and broken homes, and we cut from a different piece of cloth, and it ain't gonna never change. Okay, so if you're fighting a 15-round fight. You get into a hard fight in the 12th round, a do or die fight in the 12th round, okay? Who do you think basically going to prevail if the fight is even? The guy with the PhD or the guy who ain't got nothing?
Right, the dog every time.
That's right. I'm going to tell you, the guy saying, I got to win for my family. I need this. I really need this. That's the one going to win. The one with the PhD, you know what he's going to say?
But okay, let me throw it to you now. Because both guys have made money now. Joshua's made money and Ruiz has made money. Ruiz is now, he set his family up. He was hungry when he fought the first time out. So Joshua's trying to rediscover his hunger. Where's Ruiz in all this?
Well, one thing Ruiz know where he come from. Okay, he know he's Mexican American. He got a lot to fight for. He has a lot to fight for. He has to fight for his people. He's fighting for his people right now. He's fighting for Mexico. He's fighting for Mexican Americans because of all the bad publicity and all the bad things that you just saw happen on television down in Walmart. People going down there shooting Mexicans and all this type of thing. Okay, all this racism and all this stuff is toward the immigrants and the Mexicans and all in the border. The boy got a lot to fight for. He's a hero. These people down there are down. They're depressed. They're scared. They're left out. So they don't have anything to look up to. So who they look up to? They look up to Ruiz. He's our voice. So God put in, you got to understand, God got something to do with this too. God put this boy in a position and said, look, you got to fight for your people. They need a voice. You be the voice. It's just like in the 60s when the African Americans and black people was going through all these different things. Okay, we needed a voice. Who was the voice they gave us? They gave us Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, they gave us the voice. Ali is the one that said, that came out and said, I'm fighting to uplift my people. I'm doing it. So Ruiz has been blessed with that. They come along every 25 or 30 years. A person like Ruiz come along. Not just to be world champion, not just be a fighter. He's a leader of a depressed people. So you got something to deal with because you're dealing with the spirits and you're dealing with God. God has a lot to do with this. So this is why Ruiz is going to be hard to beat. He's going to be very hard to beat because of those facts.
You know what? Right. Stacey, you sound like Don King there. I think you've been around Don King too long.
Well, no, you got to understand. I was raised up in the South. I've been through a whole lot. I've seen a whole lot. I experienced a whole lot.
Yes.
Against different people. The thing that got me through and got me so liberal-minded is because of boxing, my world travels. I done met damn near every nationality in the world. I done trained damn near every nationality in the world. So I have a different outlook and a different mindset than most people have.
Yes.
And it's the same thing. That's how I understand Ruiz. I understand why he was sent here. I understand why God sent him here. So he's going to be hard to beat. He's going to be very hard to beat. When I had Amir Rahman getting ready to fight for the lightweight title, the kid out of California. You know, California, out there, the Mexican kid, the water, they don't have water, it's dry. And I told him, I said, listen, this kid got a big Mexican following, okay? He's going to be hard to beat. I said, because he represents his people, and his people is behind him, and they need a voice. You know, through the history of sports, not just boxing, especially boxing for real, but through the history of sports, sports can help men relationships against different people, against different races.
Yes.
You have to understand this boy is God sent. It's gonna be hard to beat because his coming is greater than just the sport itself.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely, I agree with you there. Totally agree with you there. Keys to victory. I don't want you to obviously coach trainers, but keys to victory for Joshua and for Ruiz.
The key to victory is for Ruiz to come out and fight the same fight he fought before. He ain't got to make no changes. Why do you have to correct something that you always win with? If you already win, what you gonna correct? What you gonna make better? Come out the same way. Joshua, you got to correct some things. But you got to help people that help you. You coming out the same way, you're gonna get the same treatment. There's no doubt about it. It'll probably be worse because mentally you ain't strong as you were before. So it's Ruiz got the same thing. Joshua needs the help. He needs the help. And that's like I say, you got the compassion. What are you fighting for? You fighting to be the heavyweight champion of the world again? You fighting for your country? You fighting for depressed people? What are you fighting for? Ruiz, what are you fighting for? I'm fighting for wealth to help my people. I'm fighting for a whole country. I'm fighting against politics. I'm fighting against racism. You got a problem there, bro. Psychologically, it's making him stronger. The president still ain't got it. President of Mexico still ain't got him in the private jet. Got all this stuff. Now he's mentally super strong. He's super strong.
Yeah.
And he's technically sound. And he said, Joshua made too many mistakes. He's not that good of a fighter. He saw it. He told the truth. Okay? And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be tough. And it's a shame and it's a disgrace. Because he could have avoided all of this. Joshua is good for the sport of boxing. He's very good for the sport of boxing. Now, he may go in there and he may win. But I doubt it.
Yeah. Let's talk. There's a few other fights that come up now. What were your thoughts on White versus what's his name again? Oscar Rivas.
It's a good fight. White got tired at the end. It's a good fight. But those guys, it's like I say, those guys are Class B fighters. Those are B and B minus fighters. That's what you're looking at. But B's and B minus fighters can make a good fight. You take two street fighters, put them in the ring together, they come up with a hell of a fight. So they make good fights. But fighting on that level, on that other level, is a whole different ballgame.
Okay.
I don't think they can beat the top guys.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you right now, the best fighter in the heavyweight in the world is Tyson Fury.
You said it again. All right. Well, can you explain to me why the best heavyweight in the world is fighting Otto Wallin and Tom Schwartz?
Well, he's fighting to stay busy. He's fighting to stay busy. To get back to Wilder or to get Joshua or one of those guys in the ring. Or Ruiz in the ring. Ruiz can't beat him. Ruiz can't beat him. Joshua can't beat him. And Wilder can't beat him. He's the best. And he's staying busy. He's not going to take any chances. He's just staying busy. That's all he's doing. Biding his time. When they're going to have to fight him, when they fight him, they're going to get beat. They can't do it. He got too much talent. He's too big. He's a free spirit. He got everything to take. Now, he ain't no hell of a big puncher, so with Muhammad Ali. But he can box. He can do it all. I love watching him fight.
Okay.
I picked him to beat Wilder. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Kuzmin versus Sergey Kuzmin versus Michael Hunter. How do you see that fight going?
Michael Hunter should win the fight. He should win it because of his size, his speed. He's quicker. He get around the ring. He should win the decision. He don't knock nobody out, but he should win the decision. Michael Hunter was a very good amateur.
Yes, he knocked Andy Ruiz out as amateur.
Yeah. So he's a very good fighter. He's a small man, but he's a very good fighter. He can win some fights. You know, he ain't gonna be no great heavyweight champion, but he may one day become champion. But he's a very, very good fighter. And I'm gonna tell you something. He would be a hell of a fight for Trevor Bryan because of his size and his speed. Look at Jimmy Young. Look at Jimmy Young. Small but quick. Look what he did to George Foreman. Big, strong. You know, and he whipped Ali, but he ran and stuck his head out the ring. But you know, they still give it to Ali. So he can't, because of his speed. Andy Ruiz, everybody talking about, well, these heavyweights is 6'7", 6'9", all that. Andy Ruiz 6'2". George Foreman said a long time ago, some heavyweight come along, they ain't got to be that big and that tall. 6'2", 6'3", can dominate the division.
Absolutely, but these experts think that you have to be big like Joshua to be heavyweight champion of the world. I said to them, in history, I don't know any heavyweight champion that's a long reigning heavyweight world champion that's looked like Anthony Joshua. None. Do you know one that looks like Anthony Joshua and was a long reigning world champion?
No.
Damn.
Most of the guys are 6'3", 6'2", 6'2", 6'3", which is a big man. And it's simply because you can punch hard. When I was a fighter, I hit hard at 185 pounds. I could at 215. But you can punch hard. You can punch hard at 212 or 250. Look at how hard Wilder hit at 212. 212 pounds. Okay? He's wiry. He got good muscle tone up. And Angelo Dundee told me he loved those type of fighters. Because he got speed, and speed is power.
Speed kills. Yeah, absolutely.
So you have to big 6 foot. I have a lot of guys. I got this fighter. He's 6'9", 240. Good. I got this one 6'2". What we knock him out?
Exactly. Another fight I want to talk about. Joe Joyce against Bryant Jennings. How did that fight go for you?
Joyce will probably beat him.
They fought.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're already fought, but listen, he can't beat him. Brian Jr. can't fight. He's no fighter. The one fighter right now that I wish was really fighting and active and been out there on TV and fighting all that is Trevor Bryant. People got a chance to see how good Trevor Bryant really is. He's really, really better than what people think he is.
You need to get me that interview of your fighter then. I need to get an interview with Trevor Bryant. I need that exclusive, Stacey. You got to work something out.
Next week.
Next week.
Okay.
Next week. How many next weeks that we have? Next week of the next week?
Well, no, you know what? We can do it. Let's try to set it up for Thursday.
Okay.
Thursday was a good time for you.
Well, whatever time's good for you, we get Trevor Bryant in. Let's get him in the room. Let's get him talking.
1 o'clock Thursday.
Well, 1 o'clock. Whose time? Your time or my time?
My time. He'll be in the gym.
Yeah, let's do that. 1 o'clock Thursday. Trevor Bryant. Let's get him.
Okay, no problem.
Good to have him in the room. Let people get to know who Trevor Bright is. The big fight coming up shortly, Spence versus Porter. How do you see that fight going?
No, I think that Porter lose.
Porter lose. Why?
I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing fantastic about him. You know, Porter's more of a conditioned fighter. He's been in some tough fights, some hard fights. I think he's about at the end of his road. I think he's about at the end of his road. He's not going to be able to stay there.
Okay. I've had a comment in the room from one of our very popular, one of our regular viewers, and he says that Kuzmin is very dangerous. He likes his Eastern European fighters.
Sure is. You know, and especially if you let it be hit. He's a dangerous fighter, and you let it be hit. Come on, man. It speaks for itself. You know, I watched Porter spar with my kid in Miramon years when Porter was champion and all. Miramon was too much for him. But he was strong. He was strong when he come to fight. But he's sticking his head out. You can't keep him hit upside the head. You got to have good defense. So it's still be good. Everything's gonna be good.
So you don't see Kuzmin causing Hunter too many problems?
No, I don't see him causing no. I don't see. You know, like I say, man, when I think about boxing in the heavyweight division, all these different divisions, I think about guys like what's his name? Benavidez. Look at guys like Benavidez, you look at guys like Tyson Fury, look at guys like Earl Spence. These guys right here is in a whole different class.
Yes.
Okay, those guys in a different class. Benavidez, Tyson Fury, Earl Spence. Now you're talking about the elite of boxing. Even Joshua went in right now. I don't even put him in that class right now. He really got to come back. I ain't even got rules in that class.
Yes, I got you. I get that.
That's a whole different class of fighters, you know.
Ruben wants to say to you that Vladimir Klitschko was well built, but he was athletically built. And his muscles tone was he had fast twitch muscle, not like Anthony Joshua.
Well, Vladimir Klitschko worked. Now he worked his muscles to be hard, and flexible.
There you go.
He worked real hard, and he was a big man. Everybody know that the muscle tone that Joshua has is being some type of help somewhere, some heavy iron.
Slow twitch versus fast twitch. Ruben, you need educating. Talk to me about Hughie Fury's big fight coming up against Alexander Povetkin. How do you see that fight going?
I think that Povetkin might be. It could go either way. The fight could go either way. Hughie Fury probably beat him. I don't know how far gone is Povetkin, but it could go either way. And I like Povetkin. I trained Povetkin when he fought Klitschko, but he's not that big and he's not that strong. So Hughie Fury know that hey, this is a good turning point for him. So he got to fight his best. He might beat it. We'll go either way though.
Okay, before you go, final thing I want to ask you, because I'm sure you've been around long enough to know about boxing contracts.
Okay.
I've heard stories about contracts, how they work, because often people on social media say, this guy's fighting this guy, or this guy hasn't accepted a contract. He hasn't accepted a contract because it wasn't enough money. And then people say this person ducking that person. But in contracts, I've heard stories where if you sign a contract to fight, if you're the B side and you decide to fight the A side fighter and you beat the A side fighter, the promoter can hold you to 3 to 5 fights afterwards and promote all your fights and basically have you under their contract because you beat their fighter. And you might not necessarily want to be in that contract with that particular promoter because it's not in your best interest. So talk to me about contracts.
Well, the way that goes is this. Don King started all that. Don King was the master of all that. And a lot of people say, Don King is a promoter. He has to promote himself and have to protect his company. Okay? Now, if you mandatory if you're mandatory, let's say in the WBA or WBC, okay, you're mandatory, you automatically, legally can get a world title fight. But if you're number 2 or number 3, okay, and the promoter says, well, we're going to give you a world title fight, okay? But we got to have 5 or 6 options on you, 3 options, which means if you win, you got 3 fights. We got 3 fights left with you, and if you lose, we still got 3 fights. Now it's up to you to say, look, I don't want this fight. I don't want to fight you for the option. But 9 times out of 10, they're gonna take the fight because they're not in the mandatory position. You don't have to give up options to be mandatory. So if you're not in the mandatory position, then you're lucky to get the fight because they ain't have to choose you. They can choose anybody in the top 15. Especially television would take 5 of the top 15 or 6 of the top 15. But a lot of times the guys will fight and they're winning. Then they say, well, I don't want to exercise my option. I don't want to fight for you. But you can't do that. Because you got to protect. That's why the promoter did it, so he protect himself. Why should I give you the opportunity to beat my champion and then you win the title, you go and fight for somebody else? That's crazy. So if I get the opportunity to beat my champion, I want you to stay in with me. And you get a couple of fights and then get my ex-champion a rematch. Now, Don, I've been with Don 35 years. People don't like the things that he says, but what he's saying works. Now, this thing about Don was coming in the corner with this champion, and if this champion loses, he's in the other corner with the guy who just won the title and his arms around that guy. And so, years long before I got with Don, I was like everybody else. I said, well, you see that? He doesn't care anything about the champion. Champion lost. He over there hugging the other fighter. This guy don't give a damn about nobody. He just doing this. But it was later when I found and understood what he was doing. And if you listen to what he said, you get a lot of wisdom. He said, I got to go with the winner in order to help the loser. Now that makes a lot of sense. If I go with the loser, how can I get the winner to come back and help the loser? So I'm over here with the winner now. Now I can give the loser another shot. So it makes sense. That's why he had both. That's why he started with having both. Both fighters. His fighters fought against each other. So you got to understand how the contract goes. You might say, well, I don't want to be in no contract, but you sign the contract knowing you will be obligated. So follow your obligations. You know, my whole thing, if you don't want to be obligated, don't sign and don't fight. That's where that goes. You know, a lot of guys they don't want to do it. You know, they don't want to fight with him, but you want to fight this champion, and you're not even mandatory. If you notice, most of Don King fights that he has, most of his fighters are mandatory.
Yes.
That means the promoter did not promote his fighters afterwards, so you'd have to do no options.
So talk to me about the 600-day window, Dillian Whyte and the WBC. Surely you know more about this than the average person would know about why Dillian Whyte never got a shot at the WBC title.
He probably didn't get a shot because he probably was taking step-aside money. Okay? If he wasn't taking a step-aside money, maybe somebody who represented him was taking step-aside money. Because there's no way you can go 600 days without getting your title shot. There's no way. There's no way. The only way you can do that is if you come and say, look, I know you're in line for this fight, but I want my champion to fight this other guy. Here's you a couple $100,000 step aside, and then you'll get the shot 6 months from now. And you don't know how many times he'll step aside to take money. You don't know. But a lot of times they do it. So well, that's free money. I have to take it.
So you think that's the reason? So that's the reason. You don't think it's because there's some political reason as to why Dillian Whyte has not had a title shot yet? The fact that he's self-managed. Does that have anything to do with it?
Well, if he's self-managed, then I guarantee you, if you look beneath whatever's going on, he took step-aside money. But see, I wanted to say this. I wanted to say his management team probably took the step-aside money. We didn't know anything about it. But he managed himself. So he took the step-aside money himself. That's the reason why. It's the only reason why, because the law is on his side. And if you can sue, you can file a lawsuit to get your fight with you mandatory. So that's all bull. That's all bull crap. I was done wrong. And no. You done took the step-aside money. Because all you got to do is file a lawsuit and they're gonna rule in your favor, you can get that fight. So that's what I tell you about. That's what I tell you about fake news. That's all fake news. He could have been fought for the title. So that many days. Come on, man.
See, plus 600 days.
Yeah, that's all. That's all. Something else is going on there. He's taking step aside money because he's smart enough to know, hey, look, I can get this fight basically when I want to. All I got to do is go to court because this is what the rules, the WBC rules states. This is what the law is. Okay, I'm gonna exercise my rights. That's all you got to do. But he's not doing it. Why come he didn't do it?
So how the hell was? But how was Dominic Breazeale able to take that fight with Wilder ahead of White when White had fought for the mandatory position?
Well, probably because when the champion wins the title, he has one fight. He can get one fight in between. Sometimes he can get two without fighting the number one contender. That's actually if he won the fight. Like I say, tell you again, it has to do with the money. So they didn't want to fight White, but they wanted to fight Dominic Breazeale because the promoter got both of the fighters. Now he could have took that fight. He could have went to court to take the fight, but he didn't try to do that. He just wanted to complain, so he took step aside money. That's what he did. Now I don't know it. I didn't see it, but I guarantee you, it's the only thing I can think of. It's the only thing I can think of. We was offered step aside money to step aside and not fight Charles. I was offered step aside money, and Don King was too. Now I said no, we're not taking no step aside money. We gonna exercise our mandatory. We gonna fight for the title. So that's the way it goes sometimes. Now you come to me and say, look, we gonna give you $2 or $3 million step aside money. That's a whole different ball game. Yeah, we step aside. So that's what it is. So
wow.
He could have done
Wow. This whole thing, Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, Top Rank, Al Heyman, what's going on with all that? Because it seems on a Premier Boxing channel, they didn't want to acknowledge Terence Crawford as champion. And Top Rank have never got, and Bob Aaron's got never a good thing to say about Al Heyman. So what's going on?
Well, you have to understand how this thing goes. You have to understand is this. All that stuff is all talk. Okay? Al Heyman don't like Bob Aaron. Bob Aaron don't like Al Heyman. Don King don't like Bob Aaron. It's all bull crap. I learned a long time ago that type of argument and that type of thing is for the people who don't know boxing and the people who are not that smart. It's all a smoke screen. All it is a big old smoke screen, okay? Because when I look at all this arguments and going on between Don King and Bob Aaron, it's okay, these guys don't like each other. But every once in a while, you see they come together and do a big fight together. And then they go to the convention center smoking cigars and drinking cognac together. Oh, I thought they didn't like each other. Oh, they liked each other, but they was in competition. Competition breeds good business. See, Don King brought the big money into boxing. Fighters weren't making the money. The promoters and the managers were making the money. And most of the promoters, the fighters weren't making any money. Don King came in there and started a bidding war. If you don't pay him, I'll pay him. Now the person is going up. Even Lou Dumas said that. Don King brought the big money into boxing. Muhammad Ali said himself, ain't nobody gonna pay a fighter $5 million a fight. Don King said, sign this contract. I'm paying you $5, I'm paying Joe Frazier $5. And then when he got the money, when he had the signature, he brought the big money into boxing. So we started the bidding war. The same thing is going on now. That Mushroom coming up paying the fighters all that money. That Al Heyman paying all that money. When Golden Boy first jumped into boxing, it was doing the same thing, overpaying the fighters all that money. So it was a bidding war. So it's good. It's good for boxing.
So Eddie Hearn's style of promoting in America, is it something that you're impressed with? How have you seen that? And there are some in the UK that think that Eddie Hearn is the new Don King. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, what I did was I congratulated him on the way that he was promoting. I mean, he had a lot of media. I mean, he stayed in the media. He was promoting so well his promotion was overshadowing Deontay Wilder. It was overshadowing Deontay Wilder. Now, he can do that when he got somebody to promote. Okay? He can overshadow you like that when he had a Joshua, an undefeated Joshua. He can do that. He can call the shots. Joshua was in the class by himself. Joshua was Hollywood. Joshua was good looking, built. All the women liked him. Everybody liked Joshua. Nice smile, very articulate. Okay? So he could do that. Then Wilder was trying to stay there, and Wilder was getting more publicity than getting now because he was riding off Joshua's back. It was always Anthony Joshua this, Anthony Joshua that. He was riding off of his back. So Eddie Hearns, he had the, I call it, and I just call Mike Tyson the big horse. Don King did the same thing when he had the big horse. But Don had a lot of big horses. Joe Frazier, Ali. He dominated because he had the big fighter. So it's the same thing Eddie Hearns was doing. Now, Hammond is dominating because he got all the fighters. And now he got all the belts, all the heavyweight belts. Okay, but he still don't have a superstar. He still got to get that superstar. Joshua was the only superstar in boxing. He was the only one. And that's why it hurt everybody so bad. Because Joshua was the biggest thing in boxing. Everybody gonna eat because in the heavyweight division is gonna eat because of Joshua. And if the heavyweights eat, all the other fighters don't eat. That's the way it is. But when he lost, it's a whole different ball game. So I told Eddie he has the job of marketing this boy. But at the same time, I'm looking at, okay, that's good in the media. Now, what's going on around the boxing ring? How's the training going? How much time he actually spending in the gym? Where's his mindset? He act like he walking through the park. That's what I'm thinking to myself. He walking through the park. This ain't no damn walking through the park. This is a real fight. So I'm looking at something different. They're doing a fantastic job, but me being a trainer, I got a different perspective. I look at boxing different. And I think different from when I watch fights. I'm not a fan. I don't get caught up in what's going on. I have to watch my fighter. Is he mentally changing? Is he physically changing? Is he aware of what's going on? Is he really focused? Should he be more focused? What's going on? Is he really, why does he keep talking about Deontay Wilder and we going to fight this guy? What you need to do is stop talking about Wilder, forget about Wilder and Tyson Fury, and concentrate on Ruiz.
Exactly.
That's what you need to be focused on. That's my job as a trainer. And I'm going to tell the fighter, listen, you need to concentrate on Ruiz. Stop talking about Joshua. Stay off the internet talking about Wilder and what Wilder going to do. And forget about all that. One fight at a time. Get this fight out of the way. Then you talk about Wilder. That's who you're going to fight next. So the people around him got to see all of this. You know, I saw it.
Yeah, I saw it too. He seemed so relaxed in America, so like he was there on holiday and vacation. He didn't look like he was. Right. He was there with the mentality to be heavyweight champion of the world.
That's right. If I was with him, I'd have saw it. I said, look, I was an Eddie. This is what we got to do. What we got to do, Stacey? We got to get out of South Beach. There's too much going on in South Beach. You're jogging up and down South Beach, all them big pretty muscles. Everybody's looking at. We got to get out. Where do we want to go, Steve? Let's go to Big Bear, California, up in the woods. Ain't nobody. No pretty women, nothing but trees. That's all we got to do. Let's go up there so we can focus. You got to be able to do that. You got to be able to see that. You know, you got to be able to, well, we all right. We doing, no, we not all right. Things ain't right. This is boxing. But see, they don't live that the way I live it from that perspective. Yeah. I live like this every day, even with Trevor Bryant and my fighters. Once a month, I get on Trevor. I know you look at me like, and why are you so hard on that? No. This is the way it is. Okay, this is boxing. Because I'm in the gym 7 days a week, even on Sunday. I'm in the gym a half a day, doing paperwork or walking around doing something. I can't get away from it. So you got to live this and love this. We live this every day. That's why you see most boxing trainers been around a long time. They ain't got no wives. Wives can kick their ass out. You know? Because we're too dedicated to the sport, because we live the sport. It's a spirit. It's a spiritual thing for us.
Was it you that told me that Joshua should not come anywhere near America again?
Well, I'm not going to say that. America ain't got nothing to do with it. America ain't got nothing to do with it. He can fight in any part of the water. He can come across the water and fight anywhere. I mean, what you need to do is just stay focused. The people around him has to stay focused. That's what that comes down to. It doesn't matter where he fight at. He could have come over here and fought, and everything would have been fine. But you got to have the right mindset.
Focus.
Everybody's on vacation.
Right.
So you down in the South Beach training, okay? Everybody knows the South Beach is a melting pot, okay?
Yeah.
You're a fighter. You're a man. You're a male. You're bigger than life. You're down there. Every pretty woman in the world is in South Beach. There's too much beauty. Trees is pretty. Beautiful ocean. The streets are pretty. All different nationalities of beautiful women. It's coming to you getting autographed. Come on, man. How you going to be focused looking at all this? You can't be focused on a fight like this, looking at this every day, looking around this every day. You got to get to the woods.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He needs to be up in the Poconos Mountain like Lennox did.
Yeah, they made it to the Poconos.
Yep.
Okay, you living in a mansion in South Beach and you laying up there and everything, they showing it on social media, everything is beautiful and everything's beautiful. But then you're going to make a movie, you're going to fight.
You'll make a movie. Okay.
This ain't no reality show. This is real.
Right. I'm gonna ask you something else before you go. I've made a prediction, and a lot of people think I'm crazy, but I'm going out on this one. Anthony Yarde versus Sergey Kovalev at the end of the month. I've gone with Yarde by knockout because I just don't think Kovalev's the same fighter anymore. I think his heart's been broken since he fought Andre Ward. And I think that Yarde hits tremendously hard. What are your thoughts on the fight and why?
I think Kovalev is like you say. I think that his spirit is broken. I think he's confused. I think he jumped from trainer to trainer. I think there's a lot going on with him mentally. Psychologically, there's a lot going on with him. And I don't think he can come back. I don't think he can do it. He can't get it together. You got to be able to get it together mentally. You look at I don't know if you saw the fight with little Tank Davis.
Yes.
Tank Davis just fought. Did you see the undercard with Gamboa?
Yes.
The fight before the fight. Okay, you see in the corner of Gamboa?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, Gamboa, mind was right.
Right.
His mind was better than it's been in 3 or 4 years. Okay? And he said it in the interview. He said, I had time to get myself in condition physically, to work on my technical skill, and most of all, I had time to get mentally ready. I never had that before because they rushed me for 5 or 6 weeks to train, so I'm physically ready, but I wasn't mentally ready. So now all of it can come together. See, all this stuff can come together. So it has to be together. Kovalev, he ain't brought it together yet. He hasn't brought it together, but you got to be around people who can bring it together, that can see these things and then understand these things. And then most of you are afraid of fighters. If they're afraid of losing their jobs. They're afraid, well, if I beat you hard and I tell you, he's going to get rid of me. If you tell him the truth, he might fire you.
Exactly.
But I guarantee you, within 48 hours, he's going to hire you back. And then he's going to say, get rid of the other guy who's been lying to me. That's how I survive in boxing. I tell them the truth, and it's hard to tell new trainers, tell the fighter the truth. Don't be lying. I don't care if the fighter do get mad. Get fired. Let him fire you. He's going to hire you back. If you tell the truth. Don't be scared. You know, when I was with Mike, Roy, I called Roy Holloway up about 9 months ago. I said, Roy, I want to thank you, man, for what you did for me, for giving me that job with Mike. You really didn't know me that well, but you gave me the job with Mike Tyson. He said, hold it, Stacey. Hold it. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you why I gave you that job. I didn't give you that job, Stacey, because I really like you. He said, I gave you the job because I knew you wasn't afraid of Mike. And I knew that everybody else was afraid of Mike. And I knew you wasn't going to take no shit off Mike. He said, that's why you got the job, Stacey. Because I know you wasn't afraid. He said, yes, why you stayed there for 2 years. Because you wasn't afraid to tell him the truth. And you kept professional, and you stuck by your word, and you did everything you're supposed to do, and you told him the truth, and you wasn't afraid of him. Even when he act crazy, you wasn't afraid of him. A lot of people get scared, back up, you're going to fire me, but go ahead on the fire. You never fired me. Because I told him the truth. But he knew Stacey got my back. I don't like Stacey's personality. When it comes down to this boxing business, He living this
got my
boxing for
back.
himself, and he living it for me.
That's it. That's what it's going to be at. That's what it's about, isn't it?
That's what you got to do. You can't go wrong that way. You can't go wrong, and it follows you. It follows you all the way through your career.
Mm-hmm.
People go to other fighters go, hey man, when you think about someone else, well, his personality is kind of messed up, man. But he's old school, he's kind of messed up. But I tell you one thing, he's gonna be up on that boxing 100% for you. You got to worry about that.
Yeah.
That's all they want to hear. And the fighter who don't want to hear that, I don't want to prove it because he don't want to fight anyway.
Yeah.
So he wasted time. To him, he think this ain't no stroll in the park. This shit is real. Joshua done found out this shit is real. This is real, Joshua. This ain't in the play with. You know? And don't put it on the referee. Referee saved your life.
Referee saved your life.
Real. Yeah, this is real. I told Mike when it was time to press, Mike, you don't want to do this no more. No, I don't want to do it, man. I don't want to embarrass the belt, Stacey. I don't want to do it. It's time to go then. Because you're going to get hurt. You can't do this. Leave it alone. You're done. Mentally, you're done. Leave it alone. I don't want to do it no more, Stacey. I'm tired. I'm burnt out. That's right. I can see it. I can feel it. You can't, physically, you can't get in shape no more because mentally it's not there. Mm-hmm. It's time to leave this alone. Do something else. That's it.
Do you think that Joshua then is mentally shot then already?
What I heard him say the things that he said, he got a long ways to go to get his mind back right.
Yep.
A long ways to go. And another thing you got to understand too, he just came out of that fight. You don't know what the reaction is going to be when he get hit. But you'll find out in practice. You'll find out in practice. When you get hit, you'll see it.
Yeah.
You get hit. And if you have flashbacks,
you'll know about it.
He needs some time off.
But he can't get the time off when he starts getting them flashbacks. He can't get the time off.
Yeah, you can't get the time off. You get in that ring. It's too late then.
Yeah.
It's just like when Mike Tyson got ready to fight Holyfield. And I told him Mike needs 4 or 5 more weeks off. You can't do this in 3 weeks. How you gonna train for 3.5 weeks and fight Holyfield? But then there's people who, oh man, we ain't worried about Holyfield. Holyfield got a heart problem. We can run it. I said, hey Mike, don't believe that. I said, don't you believe that? Got the real deal, go fight. And you know when Mike realized he was in the fight? When he was in the ring. In the 4th round.
When Holyfield dropped him, lifted him off his feet.
Yep, he came back in the 4th round and sit down on his stool. He flopped down. And I said, champ, you all right? And guess what he said?
What?
Oh boy. I said, yeah, you right. Now you know you got to fight.
Stacey, you might not know this, but I actually put a bet down and I won that night that Holyfield would beat Mike Tyson that night.
Yeah. I knew he had a problem before the fight. Because Mike got hurt real bad in practice 2 weeks before the fight. He got hurt by Jim Bray. A boy out of California, good punch. I mean, he hurt real bad. And then I made him to walk it off and then finish the round out. And then his manager came around and told me, Stacey, what's going on? I said, listen, in boxing, this is what we call it a wake-up call. The fighter ain't ready. I said, you have enough time to get ready.
Wow.
You know, we started 8 weeks, but then Mike was up north in court with Kevin Rooney. So 1 week in court, pass, boom, boom, boom. Now we're down to 3 weeks and 4 days. And got to leave Ohio and go to Vegas to train. Now you got to lose 20 pounds, backstab and all that. So you only got 2 weeks for training. How you gonna beat Holyfield?
Wow.
It doesn't work like that.
I remember Evander at the press conference. He says, we're ready. And he goes, well, I say if I say we're ready, and we're ready. So I'm not scared of Mike. I'm ready for Mike. I'm like, oh boy.
All you have to do is check out who Evander Holyfield is.
Exactly.
Research him. I had Ricky Womack. Ricky Womack, if Holyfield was in the Olympics, Womack went as the alternate. I knew then that Holyfield was a warrior. This boy gonna fight. But you got to know this now. Like I tell Holyfield, I'm not trying to tarnish your victory over Mike. You beat Mike. I'm not trying to tarnish you or your legacy. But I said I will tell you this, and I tell any of them fighters this. Okay. You guys in the ring with the 20-year-old Mike Tyson, you get knocked out.
Woo!
You got to understand it. I heard the Wilder talk. That goes for Joshua. That goes for Wilder. That goes for Tyson Fury. That goes for all of them. A 20-year-old Mike Mike Tyson would have walked straight through all of you.
What about Lennox Lewis?
Lennox Lewis, Klitschko, all of them. I can send you pictures now with 16-year-old Mike Tyson knocked out Lennox Lewis in the gym. 16 years old. I can send you pictures of that. Every last one of them, as a 20-year-old Mike Tyson, they could not beat him. He was a beast. The only man that cussed him out and told him not to fight that was too big and too strong was George Foreman. First of all, the rest of these guys, see, George Foreman mentally was a lot like Mike mentally. They just kept it under wraps. George Foreman was a master man. He was a master fighter.
Yeah, I hit a cow and he killed it.
That's right. He kept it under wraps. But the 20-year-old Mike Tyson was a monster. He was a monster. They couldn't beat him. They couldn't beat him. Even Muhammad Ali said, I would beat him on decision. It was a good fight. My whole thing was, you might have won a decision, but you got knocked down 2 or 3 times. You never know how it would have gone.
Well,
because Ali took a shot.
The story Lennox Lewis gave the world is that Mike got the better of him, knocked him through the ropes, but he got back up and he got the better of Mike the next day.
No, well, we could have. We're talking about a 16-year-old kid. Okay? We're talking about a 16-year-old kid. When Mike Tyson was 14 or 15 years old in them junior tournaments, I was in the tournament. I had kids in the tournament. Okay? The parents would take their kids out of the tournament because they wouldn't let their kids fight Mike Tyson. You have to understand, man. Mike Tyson won a title when he was 20 years old, fighting grown men. He could have been world champion at 19 years old. That's unheard of. Heavyweight champion of the world at 19 years old. Come on, man. That's a baby. Because the model said he wasn't psychologically ready for that.
So you're saying a 16-year-old Mike Tyson knocked out Lennox Lewis?
That's right. We got it on tape. We're all about that. I mean, he knocked out a whole lot of them. Grown men at 16 years old. Now, when Mike got out of Indiana and come home, he told me, personally, he said, listen, he said, Stacey, I'm not the same fighter I was when I went in. I said, yeah. He said, I'm not the same fighter. He said, they broke me mentally. He said, they mentally. I said, going back to mental strength. He said, they broke me mentally. Now, I swear this on my daughter's life, he told me this. He said, they broke me mentally. I'm not the same fighter. That's why I'm telling you about mental strength also. He didn't say physically he couldn't do it. He said mentally they broke me, but I still can fight. I'm still gonna win the championship. If you look at the 20-year-old Mike Tyson, look at his fights at 19 years old to 20 years old. Look at his face and look at the motion that he had in the ring. Look at the speed on his punches, everything. You say yourself, them guys couldn't beat him.
So what was Lennox doing at that time? If Mike knocked him out when he was 16, what was Lennox doing at that time?
I really don't know. That was inspiring. So I really don't know what he was doing. He probably came to look at the model and see what's going on. And another thing you got to understand about Lennox. Now, I told Mike not to fight Lennox Lewis. I said, you ain't ready. You can't get in shape. Your body's worn. Your body's torn. You're not mentally ready. You can't beat Lennox Lewis now. He's too big and he's too strong and too sharp. You ain't the same fighter. You ain't moving like you used to. I told him, fight some of these other guys and make you a lot of money and retire. But he said, well, now we're going to make all this money with Lennox Lewis. I told him, don't fight Lennox Lewis. Can't beat Lennox Lewis now. The young Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson 3 years earlier, yeah, you beat him easy. But the 20-year-old Mike Tyson would have walked through all of them. Without a doubt. They still got in my mind. You know, it's not only would he walk through him, he'd have hurt him. He would physically hurt him. Because Mike, look, I told Mike he got to fight Galata in Detroit.
Yes.
I said, Mike, let me tell you something. You got to send a message. I said, you and Joe Lewis in the hometown. I said, you got to send a message, man. He said, what's that, Stacey? And I told the press, I said, if we go the distance, we ain't won the fight. As far as I'm concerned, we done lost the fight. I said, Mike, what you need to do is send a message. You need to break some bones. I told him. You got to be like Joe Lewis. Break some bones. Joe Lewis would break your bones. I said, break some bones. And what did he do?
Yes.
He fractured 2 or 3 ribs and 2 vertebrae in that boy's neck. He broke some bones. Now, everybody can't do that. Mike Tyson, I seen him break a lot of guys' jaws in the gym.
Listen, the first Frank Bruno fight where I remember Bruno was sagging on the ropes and he threw an uppercut to the body and then he brought the uppercut upstairs and was ripping Bruno's head up from his shoulders. I'm like, wow. And then hit with a left and a right combination. And Bruno was just sagging on the rope, spit coming out of his mouth. I thought, wow.
You look at his facial expressions when he's 19 or 20 years old. Just look at it.
Savage.
Look at his facial expressions.
That was savage. Yeah.
Yeah. He got unbelievable speed and balance. Everything hurt. Right hand and left hand. Everything he threw got death on it. With speed and combination. And upper body movement, couldn't hit it. Walked straight through it. And that's the way it was.
Wow.
So Lewis and all kind of his whole got so old to it. Couldn't beat no 20-year-old Mike Tyson, man. I ain't taking nothing from him. He couldn't beat no 20. But I'm not saying it because I worked with him. I'm saying it because I worked with him and I watched it and I learned it. It's unbelievable what I was looking at. I didn't realize it. Then a guy who's trained Jay Young by the name of Slim Perkins told me once he's disgraced. He said, all the other fighters want you to train them. You just stick with Mike. The old Luther Bridges told me the same thing. Don't only take one. So I got rid of all those other fighters. I just worked with Mike. He said, Mike Tyson worth 1,000 fighters. He's worth 1,000 fighters. If he worth 1,000 fighters, I don't need no other fighters.
Yeah. Because everything with Mike.
I just worked with him.
Wow.
Yeah. I just worked with him. And Mike was, even as an amateur, Mike would start crying before he fought. He would actually start shedding tears and crying.
Wow.
Walking and listen, Mike, what's wrong? He said, I'm afraid to lose. I got to win. I'm afraid to lose. Then he told me, and then one thing I knew was, outside the ring, he was very insecure in life. He was very insecure. But once he stepped inside that ring, that was his freedom.
Wow.
You can see it. That was his freedom. He was a free man in that ring. Outside, he was insecure. Because that was his domain in that ring.
That was his office.
He's a total. That's right. So, and he said it. He said, the only place I'm comfortable is in the ring. It's just like Michael Jackson. The only place he was comfortable is on stage. Outside of that, he was afraid of everything. These guys were born with special vision and special talent, man. They don't come along every day.
Yes.
They don't come along every day. So you don't tell us when you will see another one.
Yes.
You might not never see another Tyson, another Ali. You never see another Ray Robinson.
No, you won't.
Ray Robinson the same way. When you step inside that ring, it's a whole different world.
Absolutely.
So absolutely. That's psychological, you know what I'm saying?
So Stacey, Stacey, what are we going to call this interview? What are we going to call? What are we going to tell the world? What are we going to title this interview, Stacey?
This interview today?
Yeah, what are we going to title it? We talked about Joshua. We talked about Tyson.
We're gonna call it the truth and the historical fact of life of a heavyweight.
Okay.
The truth and historical facts of life about a heavyweight.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Okay. All right.
Stacey McKinley, as always, thank you so much for talking to BWTM Sports. Another exclusive with you, and we got Trevor Bryant on Thursday.
Okay, yes, sir. Absolutely.
Stacey, once again, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Take care. All the best. Bye-bye. So there you go again. Another exclusive with the former trainer of Mike Tyson, Stacey McKinley. So you've heard about contracts. You've heard about. Can somebody remind me what the title is, please? Because I need to have a great title. I mean, I wasn't even going to put the title about Mike Tyson knocking a 16-year-old Mike Tyson knocking at Lennox Lewis. I was going to put that in there, but I didn't know. Yeah, it was great hearing the Tyson stories. So what do I put? What title should we call this video? What title should we call the video, people? Give me a title. Come on, guys. Give me a title. I'm waiting on you. No title. Nobody going to help me with a title tonight? Come on, boys. Come on, lads. Somebody give me a title. Great stuff, mate. Yeah, give me a title. Need a title for the video. Come on. Come on. Give me a title. Tales of the Dinosaurs. James Uncle Bashir gives us Tales of the Dinosaurs. Oh dear. So give me a title. I can't use Tales of the Dinosaurs. Uncle Bashir, I can't use that. It's catchy, yeah, but no, I can't do that. There you go, LOL. I can't put Tales of the Dinosaurs. I need to put something because obviously people want to know about the Mike Tyson story and everything. So we've got to talk about Joshua, Tyson. What's Uncle Bashir say now? That's what heavy were referred to in the old days. Tales of the Dinosaurs. Oh wow. Okay. Uncle Bashir's letting me know that in the olden days, it was called Tales of the Dinosaurs. Okay. Yeah, but that's great. But I'm not sure how many views Tales of the Dinosaurs is going to get. But I could put it there though. I need to have something that combines clickbait, the title about Tyson, clickbait the title, Tyson banging out Lennox at 16. I could put that, but it's true though. Stacey talks about Mike Tyson knocking Lennox Lewis out at 16. Oh, that would be a title, wouldn't it? I don't think Mr. Lewis would be very happy about that. You know, Stacey McKinley. He's a great trainer, and I give him all the credit in the world. But that's not true. I don't think it's true. Mike was a handful, but Lennox Lewis always had it under control. The heavies weights were called dinosaurs. So okay, so if the heavyweights were called, let me just call Uncle Bashir, man, instead of him just texting me. Chronicle from the voice, Stacey McKinley. Okay, let me get Uncle on the just for a second, if I can get him.
Yeah,
Uncle, you're live. Very quickly, the title for this video, because I could put dinosaurs, but no young boxing person is going to understand that. So what would you put?
I mean, you got to refer to them as what they were. I thought it was a good topic, good title. Because he covered Buster Douglas, he covered Mike Tyson, he covered Lennox Lewis. He went back and referred to Joe Frazier, and all those, so. But I guess you have a bit, because of the time that we're in, I guess that you can call it something different.
Well, maybe Tales of the Dinosaurs would be good then. I think I'll put that down. Tales of the Dinosaurs.
Are we live?
Yeah, we are live.
Oh man, that's something. I think that Stacey covered a lot of ground, So I mean, you can't give it one specific topic.
That's what I'm saying.
He referred to numerous heavyweight fighters,
So Tales of
I mean, Mo Harris and Mike Tyson used to have some wars, man. I wish I had those tapes. You would see some beautiful boxing, because Maurice Harris was knee deep into Mike Tyson.
Well, I think the next time that we get Stacey on, which is this Thursday, we'll talk to Trevor Bright, we'll talk to Stacey, and we'll talk about Maurice Harris. Definitely, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, Stacey knows. Stacey understands who Maurice Harris is. I think Stacey would never forget Maurice Harris. You know, Maurice Harris had the makings of a star. He just burned out this week. That's all.
Okay. So somebody's put here Chronicles from the Voice of Stacey McKinley.
Huh?
Somebody's put Chronicles from the Voice of Stacey McKinley, but I think that dinosaur thing's quite Tales of the Dinosaurs. Do you put Tales of the Heavyweight Dinosaurs or Dinosaurs?
That's what the heavyweights were. They were called dinosaurs.
Okay.
I remember going back many years ago where Ali was very friendly with all the fighters before. You know, Joe Frazier, you know, all of the guys that was coming up during that time. And Dundee would tell, and Dundee, I spent a lot of time in LA, Pennsylvania early on when Tim Witherspoon was a young kid, when Larry Holmes was a young kid, when Michael Dokes was a young kid. All of those guys was coming through Muhammad Ali's camp. When Eddie Mustafa, Matthew Saad Muhammad, when those guys were young men, they were coming through Muhammad Ali's camp. And Dundee, I remember Dundee telling Ali inside of the gym one day, he said, "Don't get too friendly with other dinosaurs, because one day you're going to have to fight them."
Wow.
And that's what struck my interest. Yeah, that's part of my history. You know, I was a witness to Dundee telling that to Ali. Don't get too friendly with other dinosaurs, because one day you're going to have to meet them in that ring and you're going to have to do battle with them. But Ali was friendly to these guys, so Dundee would warn against him. You know, like get too familiar, too friendly with him. You know, because then it would be difficult. Then it would be more difficult to fight him.
Yeah.
You know, but Ali was that kind of guy. He was just really friendly with everybody. And then I was questioning my mind almost a whole day. I mean, what in the world's a dinosaur? What is he talking about?
Then you got it.
And then. Yeah, and then an older gentleman that was there, that was a camp regular, Booker, his name was Booker. Booker. I don't know whether he's still alive or not. The Booker told me that a dinosaur is heavyweight. Is a heavyweight.
Right.
And then I thought to myself, I said, how much sense does that make? How much sense does that make? And I learned a lot of stuff from Booker. Booker was a smart guy. I think he was a chef or something, but he knew boxing. Booker knew boxing. He was a very brilliant boxing mind, you know, and he was passionate about it, you know. So I don't know whether he's still alive, you know, but he was a good boxing mind. If you wanted to interview, that's the interview you can have, because he was with Muhammad Ali all the way.
And there's a common name that's between yourself and Stacey, which is Luther Burgess.
Yeah. Well, Stacey comes from Detroit, so that's why he had a front seat. You know, he had a front row seat, Luther Burgess. I engaged Luther much later than Stacey. Stacey was around with Luther when Luther was coming away from boxing. And I came in contact with Luther as he was immersed in boxing. He was a brilliant boxing mind.
Wow.
He taught a lot of boxing. These fans that game, right on they always say, well, who would you want to be a trainer? Floyd Mayweather, Freddie Roach. That's these Johnny come latelys. But when you talk about brilliant minds and brilliant techniques and brilliant insight to boxing, those guys can't tie Luther Burgess' shoestring. Is
Luther still alive?
Luther's been dead. He's been dead. He's been dead for years. Luther Burgess has been gone for years, but Luther Burgess, I believe he was a featherweight boxer. Featherweight, junior lightweight, somewhere down there. But Luther Burgess was a brilliant boxing mind. I learned a lot of things from Luther Burgess. He was a no-nonsense guy, and insight. I learned a lot from Bill Miller.
There
was another group, Walter Smith.
And
Floyd Logan. These guys.
What about so? What about Eddie Futch? Where was he in all this then?
Eddie Futch had relocated. Well, Eddie Futch was doing a lot of stuff in California at the time. I never had the opportunity to engage Eddie Futch. I've been around him a couple of times, but never in a situation, never in a setting where I can sit down and pick his brain. You know, I exchanged respects and pleasantries with him, but never where I could sit down and
so where would, and when you talk about these guys, where would Customado fit?
Customado will fit right in with any generation. Customado will fit into any generation. The people now in boxing, they just don't have a clue as to what real boxing technique is, because everybody, I mean, now it's more like the so-called teachers and the so-called trainers. It seems like they want to be more important than the boxers themselves, and because of that, they haven't had time to really observe and study the sport. You know, that's why the sport is in a ragtail situation that's in.
Yes.
Because the teachers are inept. The teachers didn't learn the right way. You know, I studied under those guys. You know, Tom Parks, Lee Black. You know, I mean, Sam Solomon. These modern day fans don't know nothing about those trainers. Nothing about them. You know, they have no idea about the trainers' past. You know, the trainers that trained Joe Louis and Jack Johnson and those guys and Graciano and all those guys, they have no idea. Today the fans are social media lights. That's what I call them, social media lights. They only know what they see on television. You understand? They only embrace what they see on television. You know, they'll tell you something about Teddy Atlas, something about Freddie Roach, and they won't say jack shit about Derek James. They won't say jack shit about the people who's trained in Terrence Crawford. They won't hear nothing about
great
these
trainers.
guys.
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
won't say nothing about them.
Bomac.
They won't give them any accolades. But those guys have to be given accolades because their fighters keep winning. They have to be given respect because those guys keep winning. And even with Sean Porter and Kenny Porter, you know, you got to give those guys credit. You got to give those guys respect because they're on track. Sean Porter has been a mandate figure in the welterweight division for what now? 7, 8 years? Is that right?
Yes.
He's there. So Kenny Porter has to be given some kind of credit for that.
Mm-hmm.
Terrence Crawford, the handlers of Terrence Crawford, those people that's around Terrence Crawford, they have to be given kind of credit.
Absolutely.
Because of consistency.
Yes.
Consistency. You understand? I've seen a lot of people in the welterweight division.
Jolly come lately, come and go.
Come and gone. They come
and gone.
They come and they have a smash in the pan, and then there's no more. You know, you don't see him no more. But here is Terrence Crawford. Here is Sean Porter. You know, and Earl Spence. And even Keith Thurman. These guys are familiar faces. Danny Garcia. These guys, it takes a lot to stay at that level in that
consistently.
Top 5.
Yeah.
It takes a lot. You just don't wake up and roll out of bed and say, all right, I'm going to be in the top 5 for the next 5 years. No. You
Consistency. Got to stay there.
You got to work. And it takes a lot. People don't understand what it takes to be a boxing trainer, a boxing teacher. The people don't understand that boxing trainers are oftentimes guru, they're oftentimes mother, father, husbands. You understand?
Yes.
Wives, because there's a lot of female boxing trainers out there now. So you know, and one day you might be the babysitter. Next day you might be the carpenter, the plumber, or the social worker, or the psychiatrist. People got no idea what boxing trainers go through. I've been here with Ivana. I've been here with Ivana for nearly 6 or 7 weeks. 6 or 7 weeks. This is what it takes to get the job done. Now we got to go and box. And on October the 5th. So how much more time do I have left? This is August. Then I got to go through September. I'm just going through. I already worked my way through May and June. Now I'm going into August. Now then I got to do September, then get to the fight.
Yep.
So it takes a lot to manage and balance the temperament of a boxer.
Yes. So
when these people be writing on the internet, well, what about this? Nobody don't know nothing about Freddie Brown and Ray Arcel, Bobby McQuilla.
Most of the guys that are so-called experts don't know themselves.
No.
That's why they keep using this. And a lot of the guys are associated with either one promotional outlet or another promotional outlet. So therefore, they'll do what the promoter tells them to do, which is to promote their trainers.
Well,
that's how it works.
That's probably why I haven't had more success in boxing.
Well, if you were to work, if you were working with Top Rank, or you were working with Golden Boy, or you were working with Al Heyman, or you were working with Matchroom, I guarantee you'd get more work with the top fighters. And the reason why that would be is because they'd push you that way. But, you know.
But what people don't understand, a lot of times, to assume those positions, I'm not going to say everybody, but assume those positions, most of the people that's in those positions are major ass kissers. Man.
Now, to something, what Matchroom should do, Eddie Hearn, I hope you're listening, because I know you watch my videos and all the rest of your little trolls. But listen, what you should do is get a consultant on board, like a James Ellie Bashir, employ one of them consultants for all your next gen fighters, right? And then out of that,
the average promoter does not care about that. They just
but if they want to make money and they want to make next gen fighters and they want to make pay-per-views, it doesn't have to be Matchroom, right? A promoter, just big promoters out there, listen carefully. Get an experienced trainer like a James Ellie Bashir that can do talent spotting for you, that can tell you fighters that have got it and who haven't got it. And they can guide them the right way, and use Uncle Bashir as a consultant. And you have elite training for elite fighters. And then that way, your investments in these fighters will be better because you've got experienced eyes. You can't promote and still be able to turn around and know the sort of fighters you got.
Well, you know, like I said, sometimes, you know, they call it being too small for your own good. I'm a knowledgeable guy. I spent a lot of years in boxing, and I'm respected by most. And then there are those who will never respect me because they hate.
Yeah, we know that.
I'm not an ass kisser. I'll never be an ass kisser. I was born to be a man. My mother raised a man. My mother said, "Be proud about what you do." You know, she said. One time she told me, she said, "Look, sometimes you have to kiss ass
to kick it
until you can kick it."
But make sure you kick it harder than you've kissed it.
I have a problem. I'm just not that guy.
No, I'm not that guy either.
I'll never be that guy. You know, I'll die the man that I am. But I'm not. I can't be that.
I can't be that guy. Me neither.
You know,
because I wouldn't want it done to me, so I can't do it to somebody else.
No, I can't be kissing up to nobody like that. You know, some of these guys don't have no shame. They'll do anything for money and fame, so they go out and kiss people's ass and stuff. I've never been that guy, and I never will be that guy. I'll die in the brain set, the mood, and the compassion that I have for myself. I got too much respect for myself to do that. I'm delivering something. I have something to offer. If you want it, the fair exchange ain't no problem. All right? You give me what you got, and I'll give you what I got. Respect exchange. But don't expect for me to be kissing your ass. I'm not going to do that, baby. I'd rather drive for Uber. You understand? than kiss ass.
Do you know another thing that would be good for you as well? I think you should get on one of those contender series.
What happened?
Contender.
I understand.
A contender series where they get a bunch of fighters living in a room like a house together, and they got a contender. Are you still there, Uncle? I think we've lost Uncle Bashir there. He's back. Yeah, Uncle, like a contender series where you got a bunch of fighters and they've got to fight for a certain amount of fights before they get through to a final. I think you'd be good in something like that.
Yeah. I get what you're talking about.
Yeah, Sugar Ray Leonard did something like that, but he wasn't. I thought no.
Another thing I disagree with Stacey about, that Tyson is the best heavyweight in the world. He's not the best heavyweight until he can beat Deontay Wilder. He boxed really good against Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
But I respect Stacey, but I just disagree with him on that. Deontay Wilder got outboxed by Tyson Fury.
Mm-hmm.
But I attribute that to that weight, 212 pounds at 6'7". No, he needed more meat.
Another 10 pounds.
More meat, huh?
Another 10 pounds.
Yeah, another 10 or 15 pounds. He could have came in there 225 and did better than that. If he had hit Tyson Fury at between 225 and 230,
fight had been over.
Tyson wouldn't have got up.
No, he wouldn't get up. No, he wouldn't get up.
Tyson is a beautiful boxer. To be a big man, to be a big awkward guy like that, to be a really big man, he's beautiful. But having said that, are you ready?
Is that Ivana in the background?
No, that's the janitor.
All right, tell Ivana to stop video bombing my my interviews. Ivana,
listen.
I am live. Do you want to talk to the world live? You are live. Do you want to be live?
I want to say, people, that you really disturb me these days.
You love me disturbing you, Ivana. You know you really do. Have you seen Jungle Fever yet?
No, because I was too busy.
No, you're gonna watch Jungle Fever, aren't you?
I watched Jungle Fever before, I know that, but yesterday we didn't have time.
Okay.
So today we don't have time, maybe for 3 days, but only because you want me to watch that.
Yeah, I would do.
Because it's my wish. So
well,
I respect you and I love you, so I'm gonna watch, maybe.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Ivana.
Okay, enjoy, you guys. I'm hungry. I need to go and eat.
Okay, Ivana. Have a lovely evening. Take care.
Thank you.
We're leaving in the morning for America.
Okay. Yeah, for the press conference. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the press. They got 2 press conferences. One is going to be in Flint, Michigan, and the other one is going to be in Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
So we got to hit the ground running,
Okay. Well, I'm expecting fireworks.
Yeah, we're going to be in shape. We're working really hard. We're going to be in good shape so that we go out and represent, We're going to represent when we get there.
I've been asked to ask you one question before you disappear. It says, could you ask Bashir what he could do with Tyson Fury if Fury would listen?
Oh man, a guy like Fury, so sky's the limit with Fury because he has so many things working for him. And some of the things I don't even think he realizes that he has, But I can understand Stacey saying that he's the best of all the heavyweights. I can understand him saying that. I just disagree with it because I think Deontay Wilder might be the best of heavyweight in the world right now. I think Deontay Wilder is unpredictable. I think he has a unique style that only he understands. I think that there's another case. You never hear nobody talk about Mark Breland. Mark Breland is the brain set in JD's are the brain cells behind
Deontay Wilder.
You never get worried about JD's. You never get worried about
Mark Breland.
Mark Breland. You don't hear anything about it.
Because
the media,
the boxing experts.
So the media steers the mindset.
Of course it does.
Of the fans.
Yeah.
Of the pundits. You understand? But those guys got, I mean, Deontay is what? Deontay is what? 43-0-1? The 43-0-1 with 42 KO?
Most of the media is ignorant. They lack the ability to research. They lack the ability.
The media, in my opinion, is yes, man.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Exactly what I just said. I'm just not that guy. I'd rather drive for Uber.
That's why
I want to do.
Amen.
I want to have pride about what I do. I want to have
Amen.
pride. I want to be proud when I lay down and wake up. I want to have pride in myself about what I did. Not that I was out there kissing somebody's ass the night before, and then wake up and just try to be and put a tie and a white shirt on and say, "Oh, I'm that guy." No, I'm not that guy.
You're not a company man, then, Uncle Bashir.
Yeah, I'm an ass kisser with a suit on. You know? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm telling you, man, I'm not doing that. I take pride in what I do. My mother said, leave your name on the game, son. I said, well, what do you mean? She said, if you mop that floor in there.
Mop it.
When people
pride.
walk in that door, when that office, they're going to say, I know who mopped this floor. I know who did this.
Yeah.
Bashir did this. I can tell you that. I can look at this floor. She said, leave your name on your work. You know? I don't want to be that guy that says, oh, I'm proud doing this here, and then say, oh, you know, I did him some favors. He kissed my ass just to get to where he's at. I don't want to be that guy. Some people don't have a problem doing that. That's what makes a world, all kinds of people. But I'm not that kind of guy, you know?
Yeah.
So I get getting back to what I said about Tyson Fury and about Deontay Wilder. I just disagree with Stacey. I think that Deontay Wilder is better than what Stacey is giving him credit to be. I think Deontay Wilder is better than what Stacey thinks that he is. You know, I think he's better. I mean, the guy's got 43 fights now and hasn't lost. And a couple of those fights, he had to wither some storms.
Yeah.
Just to get to the end.
To come back.
A couple of those fights. Yeah. He had to wither some storms. He didn't just go out there and take over, you know. Particularly, one thing stays out of my mind, the Dupas fight.
Yeah.
Where his eye was swollen up. He had a swollen eye.
And the Spilker fight? The Molina fight?
Yeah. He was out there laboring. He was doing his job.
And your Ortiz fight?
I just think that if he was, yes, in the Manuel Ortiz fight, I think that Deontay took some blows, some hard blows. He shook up a couple of times, but just withering the storm to come back to win the fight in itself, to me, is an established heavyweight. I think that Deontay Wilder right now is the best heavyweight in the world.
I've said it myself.
He's the best heavyweight in the world, and he has the guns to back it up. You just can't get hit by him. You know, he could arguably be one of the top 3 heavyweight punchers of all time.
I've been saying this. That, you know.
At first, I thought it was just that guys were just scared. They would go out when they got hit by him. But then as he got around that 1920th fight, 25th fight, I said, no, this is more than just a coincidence. This guy
can really crack, yeah.
Yeah, he can really crack, you know. And he has that frame, that slender frame that allows him to execute.
The thing is, I do wonder, and this is I'm not suggesting him for 1 minute he's cheating, but remember he had got those metal plates in his arm or his hand?
Yeah.
Whether that helps when he's cracking somebody on the chin.
Well, Donnie Lemon had that in his hand. You know, he had platinum in his hand.
Yeah, well.
Platinum rod or something in his hand. But I don't know about that. You know, I don't know about any of that. Yeah, I just think that Deontay Wilder is just one of those freak of natures that has that devastating punch behind him.
Yeah.
And And I think that if he was 230, 235, which is Frank can easily cap at 235.
I've said it. He's going to knock Fury out in the rematch. He's going to knock him out in a rematch.
If he fights at 230, 235,
and he
hits somebody, they're not going to get up.
And these guys, Fury's fighting at the moment is not helping prepare for Wilder one way, shape, or form.
No, that's Bob Arum just dragging it out. You know, he's dragging the performances out until he can get that major payday. You know.
Yeah. Uncle.
So I guess they wait for somebody to beat Wilder.
Yeah.
Maybe they think that Ortiz is going to do it. I think that Ortiz is going to get knocked out earlier this time.
Inside 4.
I think that Deontay got his number, and I think Deontay said, "Okay, I know what I got to do to get him."
Inside 4.
Yeah.
Granddad gets knocked out inside 4.
It could be. It could very well be.
Could end in 2. It could also end in 2. So
I don't see him hanging out with Deontay Wilder past 6 rounds.
Nah. 4 rounds. 4 rounds at max.
Especially when he starts landing the bombs, you know.
Nah, ain't a loss. No.
But in my opinion, and I like to tell Stacey, I said, in my opinion, Deontay Wilder is the best heavyweight in the world.
I think that's I think a Stacey McKinley and Uncle James Bashir in round table debate would be absolutely awesome. Don't you think so?
What's that?
Stacey McKinley and Uncle James Bashir having a boxing debate talk would be amazing.
Yeah, me and Stacey used to get into it all the time, especially when I had Maurice in the camp with Mike. We used to bump heads all the time, you know.
I think it would be great listening to in terms of our boxing knowledge. People get to hear 2 great trainers talking, great minds talking, rather than listen to commentators.
Like I said, Stacey's been around a long time.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
He's been around a long time. He knows the ropes. He knows the ups and downs of boxing. And people should pay strict attention to him when he talks because he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
You know, he knows what he's talking about.
A 16-year-old Mike Tyson knocked out Lennox Lewis. I couldn't believe that.
I can believe Mike Tyson knocked out anybody at 16 years old. 16 years old, he's just an out-of-control anger machine, you know. He's an out-of-control anger machine, and no telling. I mean, people were really, really afraid of this guy.
Yeah.
I told you going back, it must have been about, I don't know, it must have been about 78 or 79. Whenever Mike first came on the scene, I think Mike had about 5 or 6 fights.
Yeah.
And I had 2 guys that was managing. I mean, I'll tell you, Lord God, I've been through some stuff in this boxing. But these 2 guys, I was making money, you know, and I was taking care of these guys. I was managing them. I was making fights. One of the guys was like 8-2, and the other one was like 13-0.
Okay.
And they was always complaining about this, about that, about the car, about this, that, you know. I went out and I bought him I didn't buy him nothing fancy, but I bought him a car to get around in.
Okay.
Each one of them I bought a car. I don't know. I spent $2,500, $300, $2,500 or $3,000 for them. You know, just something to get around back and forth to the gym and to help their families and stuff to make it easier for them to get to the gym.
Yeah.
You know, I was doing stuff for the guys. So these guys these two guys, they disappear. You know. I don't want to put their names out because they family men now, you know, and they good guys now, but they was lousy, got business people then. Anyway, they disappeared. Both of them disappeared at the same time.
Okay.
And I kept saying, well, where are they? You know, somebody said, oh, the other guy is over here. He's doing something with his family. Then another guy said, I'm here doing something. This, that. Anyway, they was ducking out. Come to find out, as the story went, they was leaving New Jersey and they was going into New York each afternoon, and they was boxing with Mike Tyson, but I didn't know.
Okay.
So a couple of weeks before passing, I said, hey, you heard they're in the hospital. I said, they? He said, yeah, both of them in the hospital. So I said, well, what did they do? They have a car accident or something? I said, no, man. Said that, Williams' cheekbone is broke, and Barry is his hip. Something's wrong with his hip. I said, his cheekbone, the hip. I said, what do you mean? What are you talking about? I said, man, it was in New York sparring, man. They got hurt over there. I said, they was in New York doing what? And they was in New York sparring. And I was angry. I said, sparring? Well, why didn't I know nothing about it? I'm trying to manage these guys. Come to find out, they was going to New York, boxing Mike Tyson. They was giving them $100 a round. They didn't want to pay me. They didn't want to give me. They didn't want me to have none of the money. They wanted to keep the money. And they went over there. Mike Tyson wound up beating the hell out of both of them.
Yeah, well, they got paid good money for the hospital bills, right?
Man, the next time I saw them, one of them was driving a truck, a Coca-Cola truck.
Yeah.
I said, well, what you boxing? He said, hey, man, I'm not boxing no more. You didn't know that? Not no more. I drive this truck now. And another one went to another state somewhere and started working in a wallpaper company. He said, man, Mike Tyson beat them out of boxing. Beat them out of boxing.
I think the title's got to be The Legend of Mike Tyson, the legendary stories of Mike Tyson, or the untold stories of Mike Tyson.
Listen, I was there twice in training camp when Mike Tyson hit Maurice Harris with it. Maurice Harris threw a right hand. Mike Tyson slipped inside the right hand and dug a right uppercut to Maurice's solar plexus and dropped him on the floor. And he stayed on that floor for about 15 minutes. All right? Then there was another time, maybe 6-7 months later, Maurice threw the same right hand and Mike Tyson slipped outside the right hand. Mind you, the first time Maurice threw the right hand, Mike slipped inside and turned a right uppercut into Maurice's solar plexus and dropped it. This time he slipped on the outside of that same right hand and threw a left hook to the liver and put him on the floor again. That's right. And Stacey will tell you. Stacey will tell you. Stacey will tell you. But Stacey would also have to admit Maurice gave Mike some frightful beatings in that camp too. Because Maurice was really, really nervous of Mike Tyson. He told me, he said, this is the only guy that makes me nervous. He didn't feel easy about the way Mike would look at him before they started sparring. And Maurice felt apprehensive about that. So that's what made Maurice be on his best behavior in that ring. He would give it to Mike. He'd give Mike all that he wanted. He'd give Mike all that he wanted. And Stacey knew it.
Wow.
Stacey knew it, you know. I mean, Stacey knew that, that Maurice would give Mike fits. And they wanted us to come to Hawaii to box Mike for the Lennox Lewis fight.
Okay.
But I was managing Maurice Harris, and it was a matter of dollars and cents, you know. And Mike and them was paying all right money, but Lennox was paying monster money. I said, nah. I said, we going to Lennox here. That's why we didn't go to Hawaii for that fight. I said, no, we going to Lennox camp because Lennox was paying monster money. You know, I got the feeling that somebody in Mike's camp was pocketing some money and was offering us the bottom part of the money. You know, I think that Mike was giving us more money, but I think somebody was pocketing the money, saying, this is what we offered. I said, well, you keep that there and give it to the next guy. We be going to Lennox camp. Because Lennox was on top and he gave you the money. The money was right there.
Wow.
You know, so
wow.
This is the games that people play in boxing. I went to what's the kid name that just lost in the Super Series of the cruiserweights? what's the kid?
Doctius?
Tabiti.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Tabiti. They wanted sparring. I was out there with Justin in Las Vegas, and they wanted sparring for Tabiti. They asked for sparring. I don't know. Most of the time, the fighters don't know what's going on. The fighters are so invested in the fight itself that their preparation, so they don't really know what's going on behind the scenes technically. So they said, they're looking for sparring for Tabiti because Tabiti was knocking out the sparring partners. They were sparring partners came in, and Tabiti was knocking them out. So I said, I would bring Justin over, for strength.
Yeah.
Because Tabiti's a cruiserweight, Justin's a heavyweight, but Justin had that height and stature that they was looking for. Because they was fighting a big, strong guy, you know. And I goes over to Mayweather's gym. I went to Mayweather's gym. So I said, okay. We came over, we sat down for a day and watched Tabiti spar. And then they said, okay, what can you bring the guy over? So I said, yeah, I can bring him over. I said, let's talk dollars and cents. So they said, well, what would you expect? I said, well, give us $1,200, $1,300 a week, and I'll be glad to come home. He said, $1,200, $1,300 a week? Are you serious? I said, yeah. Give us $1,200, $1,300 a week. In the World Super Series, they was making a lot of money in that thing,
Yeah.
I mean, in the World Super Series, they was making money. And they came back at me and said, we'll give them $500, maybe $600 a week. I said, thank you, but no thank you. And we went, I said, thank you, but no thank you. We gone. I mean, $500 or $600 was something from the dog freaking ages. Larry Holmes was boxing Joe Frazier in the early 70s, in the early 80s, the late 70s, the early 80s, boxing Joe Frazier for $500 a week. That was back then. Can you imagine? Boxing Joe for $500 a week. Larry Holmes said that my ribs was fractured one time, and he said I tried to get out of a day of sparring. They said, Joe said, no. You gotta wrap that rib and get this ring. Because I'm paying you.
I've got a title. I have a title. Back to the Future.
You think so?
Back to the Future with Stacey McKinley and James Bashir, the legend of Mike Tyson. Or the untold.
Mike Tyson was something. I was really, really, really into him. He was one of my favorite fighters. But the brain trust around Mike Tyson knew not to put him in there with George Foreman. George Foreman just had little guys like Mike Tyson. George had their numbers. But it makes me think, though, because I saw George box the white Kawi.
Yes.
And Kawi was much like Mike in many ways. And Kawi was giving George life and death. So I thought, when I was watching, I said, Kawi is giving him all of these kind of problems. I said, Mike was faster than Kawi.
Yeah.
Mike was more explosive than Kawi. So I said, I wonder what Mike would do if it was using it. Because if Kawi is landing these punches on George like this here,
Mike would
I don't
do
know.
so.
What would Mike do,
But okay, who did Mike Tyson knock out who was really elite?
What do you mean? What when they say elite? When people ask that question, when they say who did Mike Tyson knock out who was really elite?
Well, who did he?
Try going 12 rounds with James Bone Crusher Smith. Try going 12 rounds with Tony Tucker. Try going 12 rounds with a young James Quick Tillis.
Okay,
so when they say elite, what?
Well,
Mike Tyson.
Mike didn't knock out Tucker. He didn't knock out Bone Crusher Smith.
Did he? Didn't knock out Quick Tillis.
Okay, so there you go. So who did he knock out? He knocked out Michael Spinks, yes.
Look. The fact of the matter, he didn't knock him out, but he won the decision.
Okay.
He won the decision in all those fights.
Okay, so wait, hold on. Deontay Wilder, who's the bigger puncher, Tyson or Deontay Wilder?
I think Deontay Wilder is a bigger puncher.
Exactly.
But what the point I'm making is, people say, well, he didn't knock out nobody elite. Okay, the person that's saying that, get in there, go 12 rounds with Tony Tucker. Get in there, go 12 rounds with James Bonecrusher Smith. Get in there, go 12 rounds with James Quick Tillis. I told you, Mike Tyson told me a long time ago. He said, man, Quick Tillis was the first one to teach me the language. He was the first one to teach me the language of boxing. I said, what do you mean? He said, because he beat me so bad, I couldn't move in my hotel room the next morning. He said, man, this guy hit me everywhere, in my neck, in my shoulders, in my elbows, in my chest. Everything was sore. All right? I was in pain. I was very sore the next morning. So when they say elite, you get in there, go 10, 12 rounds. You get in there, go 2, 3 rounds with those guys. And mind you, Mike Tyson's 5'11", roughly 6 feet. All right? In Mike Tyson's heyday, him and Holyfield both was only like 213 to 217.
Holyfield's my boy, though. Holyfield's my boy.
Huh?
Holyfield's my boy.
And mind you, these guys were fighting guys that was 240, 245.
Yeah, I know. Educate these in here that say that, these guys are too small. Oh, Hunter's too small. Oh, Usyk's too small. We need to see them move up. I'm like, what? Come on, guys.
The name of the game
is hit and not get hit.
Audience. Oh, these people just don't know boxing, you know? It just makes me wish that, oh God, can I live 100 years so I can teach boxing? You know, let me just live 100 years so I can teach boxing. These guys, they got no idea.
I think we need to.
Joe Louis was what, 200 pounds? 200 pounds? It doesn't matter. If you know how to box, if you know how to deliver.
Marciano, how small was Marciano?
You know, people are talking about now, you know, the heavyweights now, they're bigger, they're stronger, they're
wiser. It's just the uneducated ones. It's the uneducated ones.
They're bigger, they're stronger, they're wiser.
No, they're not.
I beg to differ.
I remember you told me in 2013, any heavyweight over 6'3", in terms of as they get that tall, their chin start getting, the taller they get, the more dodgy their chin gets.
Yeah. I really believe that. Yeah, if you just observe the heavyweight picture over the last 15, 20 years, I really believe that. Yeah, I think that the ideal heavyweight, my ideal heavyweight is 6'3", 6'3", 6'3", 235 to 245 pounds. That's how I like them. 6'3", 235 to 245. That's it. If they're 6'4", I can live with that. But when they start getting up to 6'7" and 6'8" and stuff like that, they just don't live up to expectations.
Right.
You know, I like a Michael Hunter. I like a Alexander Usyk because they're slimline, they're slim.
Yes.
Trim.
Yes.
And they're quick.
Yes.
And they're accurate. You know.
Yes. Tell them, Uncle. Tell them. Tell them.
I don't care how good a heavyweight is. If one heavyweight is hitting on the other heavyweight and the other heavyweight cannot hit that smaller heavyweight,
they're in trouble.
Their mind starts saying, listen, I need to get out of here because I'm getting my ass whooped. All right? Nobody likes to get their ass whooped, especially me. I'm telling you. There was a kid in the gym named Hurley Sanders. He used to beat up everybody, man. And I didn't understand what was going on because I'd come in there first and I had, you know, showing how brave I was, and I'd get my ass whooped every day. And I said, I got to stop this here. So I started going to this place. There was a place called the Milk Bar.
Yeah. And
they had these dynamite milkshakes. And I would go in there and get a milkshake, and I'd spend an hour before I went to the gym. I let 5, 6 other people go up in there and let y'all go up there and get their ass whooped. I'm not going to get it there. I know now what y'all doing, so I'm going to stop going up there being first. I start wearing my heart on my sleeve. I start keeping it in my pocket. You know?
Yeah.
That's why I'm here talking to you now, because this guy was going to beat my brains out if I had kept going in there. So that's That's what the moral of that story is. So again, I disagree with Stacey with the Tyson Fury thing. Fury is a good fighter, a very good fighter, but I don't know if he's the best in the world. I like Deontay Wilder. I think he's the best in the world.
Okay, fair enough.
Based off those 2 knockdowns.
Yeah, that's what I've said.
Based off those 2 knockdowns. I mean, you get 2 knockdowns in a heavyweight championship fight. 2 devastating knockdowns. So, yeah,
okay.
I like that. Then I'm telling you, I like Michael Hunter.
I'm telling them.
I'd like to see Michael Hunter in there with Fury.
Would you?
Yeah, I would love to see that fight. You kidding? Because Michael Hunter is a resourceful boxer. He finds a way to win.
Okay.
I like to see Alexander Usyk in there with him. I'd like to see Alexander Usyk and Michael Hunter fight again. Man, you know, just give me a remote and make the fights. You know,
I'd like to see Michael Hunter against Joe Joyce. That's what I'd like to see.
I think Michael Hunter would beat Joe Joyce. I think he would beat Joe Joyce up.
Yeah.
I just think Michael Hunter. I know there's going to be those who differ with me, but that's all right. That's what makes a conversation. But I think that Michael Hunter has the ability to out-hustle Joe.
I think so too. I hope they don't take that fight.
And quite possibly,
stop him.
He can stop him.
Late.
Yeah. Because Hunter has people is dismissing him. Oh, he's too little, or he don't punch hard enough.
Yeah,
you ain't got to punch hard. You ain't got to punch hard. All you got to do is punch hard.
Accurately.
Somebody punch him in my face every other 10 seconds. It makes a difference in your mentality.
Timber. Yeah. Uncle.
So we got. Yep.
I'm gonna have to leave it there. It's 2 hours and 22 minutes we've been going.
Really?
2 hours and 20 minutes in all. That's including Stacey as well. So I have to bring this to an end.
Okay.
Legendary night.
Yep. See you when I see you, buddy.
See you soon, Uncle. I'll see you on Wednesday. Press conference.
Yeah, we're going to the D in the morning. So let me get start packing my bag. Vanna's packing my bag. She ain't said nothing about me. She just went and started packing her shit. They ain't said nothing about me. So okay.
Send her my love. Good night, Ivana. Much love.
Good night. Lots of love to you too, but you know, it was really hard for me to say that.
No. I love the love. We'll see you soon, Ivana.
See you.
Take care. Good night, Uncle. Bye. Toodaloo. Little love there from Ivana Habazin. Her fight coming up against Claressa Shields in October. So I hope you've enjoyed tonight's heavyweight night. It's been a real historic night. We've had Bashir, we've had Stacey McKinley, and we've had Ivana Habazin. Hope you've enjoyed it. Anybody want to give me a title? I'm really thinking Back to the Future, Untold Stories of Mike Tyson, or Back to the Future from Mike Tyson to Anthony Joshua, from Anthony Joshua to Mike Tyson. I don't know what to put. What should the title be now? We've had Bashir, we've had Habazin, and we've had Stacey McKinley. Give me a language. Give me a title, please. And BWTM does it again. We give you authentic, world-class, experienced, Hall of Fame boxing trainers in Stacey McKinley and James Early Bashir. Anyone going to give me a title? Do I have to make a title myself? Clash of the Titans. That's nice. Clash of the Titans. Yeah, but how does that link? People are going to think it's something else. So you've had Stacey McKinley talk about Anthony Joshua, talk about Mike Tyson, talk about Lennox Lewis. We've talked about Mike Tyson knocking out Lennox Lewis at 16 years old. That would be a great clickbait. Wow, people would listen to that just to hear that. A 16-year-old Mike Tyson knocks out Lennox Lewis. Wow, that is some story. And then the stuff about the contracts as well. Wow, that was incredible stuff from Stacey McKinley. Right, I'm out of here. Thank you all so much. At almost half one in the morning, 2 hours and 25 minutes. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe button. Share this video and let the world know BWTM are bringing you fresh, innovative, and creative stuff. Good night, all.